Hi guys, this is Jeanne Holden, producer of the show, and I just wanted to take a minute to let you know where you can find us on the internet. Please go to ThatMan on Fatman.com. There you can find out all the things you need to know about the show. You'll be able to find links to the podcast, to YouTube, to Twitter, Facebook, even Instagram and Snapchat. Thank you so much for listening, guys, and we hope you enjoy the show.
Today's show is brought to you by Death Wish Coffee. Death Wish Coffee, the strongest coffee in the world.
This is Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman, and I want to urge you to make a generous donation to the Wayne Foundation so we can stop the sexual trafficking of children. Do it, or I'll find you.
And don't forget to check out our good friend of the show, Mark Live, over at chundertunes.com for all your podcast animation needs. ThatMan on Fatman is recorded with a Zoom H6 handy recorder. Zoom for creators.
Disclaimer. The show you're about to experience is for entertainment purposes only. The hosts use mature language and conversation just like in most of life. If you're too uptight, this might not be for you. All that said, we really do hope you enjoy the show. But if you don't enjoy it, expect a nice big shipment of my joyous Joker juice on your doorstep in the very near future. Toodles!
Yes, please note that use of all sound effects is done ironically.
Ooh-ah. You are listening to ThatMan on Fatman with Scott and Jeanne Holden, and they, trust me, have a great ass.
The second Y is sent in by
ThatMan on Fatman.
Oh, right on. Scott Holden.
Scott Holden, yep.
And what does Scott want?
Call me Scott because I'm Holden.
As the world's biggest Kevin Smith fan, I appreciate the fact that somebody finally made a podcast about that interesting motherfucker. So, yes, you absolutely did the right thing.
Okay, what has two thumbs and is a huge fan of Kevin Smith? ThatMan!
Scott, who does ThatMan on Fatman podcast.
Yeah.
Ooh-ah.
Well, once upon a time, just a regular man read a book written by the Fat Man. Tough shit written by old Kev Smith.
Ooh-ah. ThatMan on Fatman.
Kev said go out and start a podcast, and so I did, and I had a real blast. But my obsession was driving my co-host nuts.
He's that man. He's talking.
Didn't want to bring the podcast down. Needed Porkchop Murphy to hang around.
Go get him, that man.
So I created a show with one heck of a plan, and I call that show ThatMan on Fatman.
ThatMan on Fatman.
Go get him, that man.
We're gonna talk about Kevin Smith.
ThatMan on Fatman. ThatMan on Fatman.
Go get him, that man.
We're gonna talk about Kevin Smith.
Go get him, that man.
In the not too distant future, next Sunday AD, there was a guy named Joe, not too different from you or me. He worked at the Sonic Institute, dressed another face in a red jumpsuit. He did a good job cleaning up the place, but his boss didn't like him, so they shot him into space. We sent the cheesy movies, the worst that we can find. We'll have to sit and watch them all, and we'll monitor his mind. Now keep in mind, Joe can't control when the movies begin or Science Theater 3000.
Seemed 80s, 70s. It's like, what? Really?
But it's actually the 90s.
Like, well, it wasn't, I think Hobgoblins. I think that was...
Hobgoblins. Hobgoblins. What? How do I... Hello, everybody, and welcome to this special Turkey Day edition of That Man on Fat Man, where we are going to celebrate the show that is back from the dead, and gratefully, happily so. That's Mystery Science Theater 3000. I'm joined in the studio with, of course, co-host extraordinaire and producer Jeanne Holden.
Hi, guys.
And also friend of the show and good buddy from Where Are My Seats? Where Are Our Seats? Where Are My Seats?
Where Are My Seats? Yes.
Where Are My Seats? I always get it wrong.
It's okay.
Nick Franco.
Where are my seats?
I know.
That's why I always say it.
But you always say it our
wrong.
because it's like you're thinking there's two guys in the show. It's a different perspective.
They only need one seat.
We threw it off, just on purpose.
But the truth of the matter is,
we evaded the grammar police. Yeah.
The question that you always ask yourself is, where are my seats?
Yes.
So.
Yeah, where are my seats?
Yeah, where the fuck are my
seats? This place
seats?
sucks. I have to stand the whole time.
But although that question...
SRO.
I guess actually, no. That if anything, that question's going up now that movies have reserved seats.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you're always, where are my seats?
That's true.
Where are our seats?
Yeah,
what row is
true.
this?
Everything's reserved. Oh my God, you go in and it's dark. I have no idea where my seats are.
Yeah, actually, I was at the movies last night watching
Were you
Thor
seeing
Ragnarok.
Justice League? Oh,
did you love
didn't
it?
see Justice League?
Oh, it was great.
Yes.
No, I didn't see Justice League. It's like
no spoilers.
I was thankful to get out to a movie, so
yeah. So this is.
I was happy, but
Thor was very enjoyable.
So just for the record, this show will be a little more loose in format. It's it's the holidays. We're hitting Thanksgiving, Turkey Day. Traditionally, MST3K would do a marathon.
The Turkey Day Marathon.
Yes, it would. That was back when it was on Comedy Central, but they did do it on Sci-Fi too.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
But now it's a Christmas story.
And now you can also watch. They still do it on Shout TV streaming.
Oh wow!
They do the Turkey Day Marathon.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
So this year we will do that.
Shout on Shout.
Shout out.
Do we have to pay for that?
I don't know.
No, you can get it just for this, and then
there's a good chance that.
I don't know if you actually do
a shout out.
I feel like that's a free content, but who knows?
Yeah.
But here's another thing. You know what we can do? We can affect a Turkey Day menu for our listeners.
Oh, yes.
By the end of the show, which is what I'm hoping we're doing.
They will be stuffed.
Yeah.
Just as long as there's
I would like
sauce.
to pick.
The
I'm going to pick. We can talk about my 5 favorite shows.
5.
Oh yeah.
Your 5 favorite, and then we're also going to pick one from the new season 2.
Yes.
I have one.
Okay, and
I
wasn't sure where you were going to stand.
I can't really
and
think
I also
of
think that we're going to overlap some. So
I can't think of 5.
Now,
even though I have followed the show, but I don't follow it as diligently as you do.
Jeanne always kind of saw it more as annoying.
No, but
to
can
be
I
honest,
honestly
when
say,
I
I
was
know
a
I'm gonna
nerd,
get touchy.
she found it irritating.
No, well, I know I'm
when
going
I
to
was
get
like trading the tapes and everything.
I know I'm going to get like touchy and feely and all that, but what I always liked was the camaraderie around it because all of us would watch it together, the 4 of us.
Yes.
So to me, that was family time, and we all laughed. And what better time to have with your family than to just goof around and laugh?
That's right.
So to me, yes.
She reminded me too by saying that the kids who were
Loved
very
it.
little. You know what they called it? Yeah.
Yeah. That's what Cameron used to
that's
say.
what they call
In the
it.
not
Put on
too
yeah.
distant future. Yeah. That's what Cameron used to say.
That's what they called it.
So he's my...
Actually,
I'm
like
gonna cry now.
A little anecdote from my end. My second date with Tracy, my wife, we watched MST3K.
Wow. Did she think you were a
She's
nerd?
a keeper.
What's that?
Or did she like it, or did she think you were a total
Oh,
geek?
no, she liked it.
Okay.
She liked it.
She wasn't repulsed by you?
Well, duh. Tracy's
hey,
amazing.
our first date, what we watched, and I knew from...
You guys are an adorable couple.
Oh,
my
thank
God.
you.
I'm just
Thank
like...
you. But like on our first date, we had gone to actually we went out to dinner. We went to the video store. The thing that you can't go to anymore. The what?
Who was apparently in Michigan? There are still. I think it was.
This is hysterical.
So Vinny. I don't even remember now what my fucking point was. Oh no, he was talking about Michigan. Or he moved to Michigan. And he says he loves that there's video stores.
Yes,
apparently there's still video stores in Michigan.
Okay, so carry on about your date.
In the nation, there
but
are
it's
still
fucking Michigan.
Yes. Yeah, but I want to hear about his date with his wife. The first date, you
Where
had
are
dinner.
you on the hand?
You had a really nice dinner, and then you went to the video store and rented.
And I asked what type of movie would you like, and she said, Well,
Porn.
how about
Those are our dates.
You
Jean.
go, girl.
Okay.
First date. You can do it.
Those are ours.
I asked,
No
it's like, what
shame.
type? And she said, oh, how about either something funny or something scary? And then, of course, the way my mind works is like, how about both?
Yes, exactly.
So the first
Evil
movie
Dead.
that we watched, Army of Darkness. Yes.
Yes!
Oh, wow.
Army of
Yes!
Darkness was our first movie that we watched together.
Wow. Okay.
And
way
then
to go.
we're watching. I'm like, I really hope she likes this because,
Had she seen it before?
No,
What did
she had never
think?
seen it.
What'd she think?
She enjoyed it.
Tracy, you
What's
are
not
the
to
best.
love? I mean, it's great.
And
That
she's
is-
got the best smile. She loves kitties.
Oh, yeah.
She
Is-
loves animals.
That's in my top 10 movies of all time. And here's
Correct.
That's one of those movies that when I'm in a down mood or not in a good space, I could throw on. And usually, 9 times out of 10, I will be in a better mood after I've seen it.
Oh, yes. Yes. And to that I say, Klaatu, Verada.
Well, we love
Exactly.
Okay, then. I said it.
Why don't I have that on my sound disc? My sound dish, whatever.
Well, we love Tracy too, but not as much as Nick does.
Yes.
That's for sure.
Oh, no.
You are an amazing couple.
Easy.
Adorable.
Thank you.
Hey now.
Do you have
Hank
new?
Kingsley.
Do you have
Apparently,
new
didn't he get in the
animals?
sexual harassment thing now too?
Hey
now,
Who?
Hank Kingsley. I think.
Wait, I didn't turn on the news today. Who's
Oh.
who's
From
next?
the guy from Transposed.
Oh my God! I saw.
Oh, no.
Hank Kingsley.
Transparent.
Transparent. Yeah.
Jeffrey Tambor.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
Yeah, I know.
Was he the one that got?
Hey now.
He has an
Was he
allegation now?
masturbating into a potted plant as well?
The latest
I
one
do not
I
get
saw-
that at all. It's like, well, I gotta go somewhere. Blah. Potted plant.
But what's going?
Don't have to water.
Take my seed.
There was something funky I saw with like Ryan Seacrest. I'm like, okay, if Ryan Seacrest is doing this
Yeah.
shit, Mr. Buttoned Up, I'm like sweet to everyone.
Hey,
I'm-
but realize Seacrest out. No.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, he's not out though.
No,
He's
I know.
still in.
But he is like he's annoying, but I cannot imagine him ever doing something like that. I just really
But
can't.
then again, he did bring us the Kardashians, so
He
a
did.
pox on him.
Is that his fault?
That is his fault.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
he
his
started
production,
it.
I thought
people.
OJ brought us the Kardashians.
But that's
Well,
why-
yeah, no, that he brought Papa there, but
Oh my God. Oh, it's so
and I thought
bad.
sucking dick brought us Kim.
pretty
yeah.
much, yeah.
Yeah.
What else was
Oral
she famous for
sex.
before?
It's not a thing.
Her ass.
You know what I mean? Not a thing.
It's definitely not her ass.
I mean, and
God.
here's the thing: how did
That's
she
scary
manage
ass.
to make it work, and Paris Hilton didn't?
I have no clue.
You know, you
I
just-
don't know. I have no
She's
clue
got a
how
posse.
either of them made it work. Yeah, it's like, ugh.
Yeah. But you know what?
These
just
are
like
deep
a
questions.
teenager, you just have to say, all they do is make makeup and clothes, Mom. Just don't make it such a big deal. All right.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay,
fine.
you notice how the two guys got really quiet now.
It's like makeup, clothes. What,
I mean,
what are these?
and I'm
things?
half a fag, and I got quiet.
But they have big, but they're asses, okay?
Yes, they are. They are asses.
Okay, here's what's going on. As I'm talking, I'm trying to recall the name of the band that I know did a cover of MST3K.
A cover of
It's
MST3K.
not Shadowy Men, but it's very much like them. They're a rockabilly band. And
they
it's
did.
like, it's like one of the few songs that they actually sing on too. I'll find it. It'll come to me as we do the episode.
Well-
because I want to close the show with it. Is what I'm saying.
Oh yes. I got to say though, with the new season, actually one of the best songs I think ever on MST3K was given to us in the first episode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, in the Reptilicus episode, the every country has a monster.
Yeah.
That was such a great song, and written by Paul and Storm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they just completely didn't get, because that's always been sort of part of MST3K, the goofy song parodies.
Oh
and-
yeah. Well, yeah. They're little, yeah.
So you can't, and I know
Or
it's
Servo
cheesy.
singing to Tibby the Turtle.
The Servo voice.
Kevin Murphy.
Oh,
Okay.
Yes, he's the king. I'm sorry.
Now there have been 3 servos. The first one was J. Elvis Weinstein,
and the new one sounds like him.
and the new one is Baron Vaughn.
Yeah.
But servo from the servo we all know and love was Kevin Murphy.
Yes.
And he
And
had that
still
voice.
is. And still does.
Oh yes.
But now he's on riff tracks.
Yes, it's time for a riff track.
So people out there who are like, listening to this show and are usually big Kevin fans are probably like, what the fuck is even going on? But yeah, so back, a very long time ago, there was a show called Mystery Science Theater 3000. We keep saying MST3K because we're so used to.
Yeah, but in 1989.
Yes. And it was in a little, a UHF show.
KTMA.
Yes, KTMA. And what had happened was there was a comic who was breaking big time at the time, as I recall. He'd been doing Letterman, and he was a prop comic.
Yes.
And his name was, I can't even think of it right now, but
Joel
Hodgson, yeah.
Yes. Or as his one shtick was, like, Agent J.
Okay.
If you remember his prop comedy, it's like like in the daytime, ordinary ventriloquist.
I'm
in
sure.
the evening, and all of a sudden the ventriloquist dummy. All of a sudden you see like the stock and like barrel of a gun. It's like Agent J.
Now I remember him, and I probably saw his fucking stand up because I was a diehard David Letterman fan.
Mm-hmm.
In high school, I would record it the night before, come home, first thing after school, watch the show, watch Carson and that. So I'm sure I saw him, but I don't remember him that way. The first time I really did remembering him is MST3K.
Correct.
But I never saw the KTMA episodes until after the fact.
Same here. Same here.
And it was only through trading tapes.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, I don't even think I got into MST3K until at least season 3.
Gotcha.
It's probably when I got on.
You're not a real fan.
No, I'm not dying. I'm certainly not dying. Maybe even 4, but somewhere in there. It was before.
And I was probably around the same time, about 3 or 4 as well, because the problem with me was where I lived.
Cable sucked.
Cable sucked, and we didn't have the Comedy Central, we didn't have that network.
Well, it was originally the Comedy Channel, which was
the Comedy Channel,
which is what bought it,
right?
Because they were so fucking desperate. So they saw like, oh, here's some guys doing some stuff. We can get.
Let's try it.
We can get 24 or 13. I think was the first order. 2 hour. We can get 2 hours of content out of these guys on this channel that has essentially nothing,
right?
Except for reruns.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was a good buy.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, and those guys blew it out of the park because they were they were in nowhere town,
And the great thing is okay, going back to my sucky cable, finally we get Comedy Central and Sci-Fi and that, and then all of a sudden that's what the end of season 7.
Oh, when it's going off the air.
When it goes off the air, I'm like, no, come on.
Yeah.
But the cool thing was my buddy Pete, also from Where Are My Seats, he had Dish at the time. He had the satellite dish, and he taped them. And this is how I got to watching.
Trade the tapes.
There we go.
It's funny, you remember, Pork Chop Murphy.
Yes.
Well, even back in the day, MST3K fan, he identified the point at which you could tell someone had become a Misty.
And what's that?
When they started giving a shit about the host segments.
Oh, yeah.
Because most people...
It's like, what's this?
Yeah, it's like... It's more like, can we get through this and get to the movie? The funny part?
Get back to the riffing on the movie part.
Yeah. It's when you started to give a shit about the actual segments or maybe even paying attention to the overarching storyline.
Oh, yes.
That's when it's like, okay, you're gonzo now. And then you're building puppets in your basement and stuff.
Or when Tom Servo's wearing a wig and looking like a girl.
Yes. Well, that's when the people.
One of them.
That's the people on the show.
Well,
they're funny though when they do that.
When he
when
had the little babushka on.
When he was a brownie.
And the
was
giant
a brownie.
eyes.
Or a Girl Scout. I don't know which he was. I thought it was brownie. I think it was brownie.
But I love when they do stuff like that. To me, that's
it's a hover skirt.
Yeah. It's adorable. Why wouldn't you want to see that?
Yes. And in the new series, in the new season, they take advantage of the hover skirt, and they actually, through digital, they have him hover.
That's right. They're going to
do
the
they
new
really?
level. Yeah,
yes, they do. Every once in a while.
That's really cute.
Yeah, and they do some more screen interactions too. I've noticed. They do a little bit more of that.
Yeah, back in the day, you would have screen interactions like Joel would go and cover up the person's mouth on the screen.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, stop.
Or make a shadow of some kind at some point, or
Okay, so let me ask you guys a question. Are you enjoying the new and improved MST3K now as much as the other, or is it hard to really compare them? Just because the
It's
first
just-
one.
it's
It's the same show.
It's
just
the
a
same
new
show.
season.
It's
okay, so you're
new
really not.
characters.
different actors.
Are you
that's
seeing
really
it like as like a kind of just flows into the next
Now,
one? You don't see
all right,
any.
All right, here's my well. First of all, there
extreme
are no
difference.
weeks because it's Netflix and
Right.
it all drops at once.
Right.
Yeah,
so that's
that's the
one
nice-
good thing. What I am noticing is I am finding it hard to tell the difference between Servo and the main guy.
Yeah.
Their voices are so similar.
Jonah Ray, his voice
Oh.
and Servo's voice.
They're in the same key, the same
Yeah,
like.
it is
and
hard to tell when what you have to actually look at the shadows sometimes.
Yeah.
To see.
Well, don't their
And
masks?
I guess it really doesn't matter who landed the joke, but
No,
I mean,
but sometimes
if you're
they're
gonna have
talking to each other, if they're having a conversation with
then
each
you
other,
don't know.
okay, wait, who's ragging on the
yeah.
other? Who's like
if
Which
you're
one
gonna
is-
have
yeah.
three guys, why not have three distinct sounds?
voices?
Yeah,
And
Well,
again,
maybe-
and it's nothing against Jonah or Baron Vaughn.
yeah.
But it's just like maybe
They're-
just change up the voice a little.
Yeah, and
You know
maybe-
who hands
I bet you you're
down
not the
I
only ones to
loved
say that.
right out of the gate? The new TV's Frank or TV's.
Patton Oswalt.
Yeah.
TV son of TV's Frank.
Yes,
Patton Oswalt.
AKA Max.
That's Patton.
brilliant out of the gate.
Oh yeah.
Loved
Scott,
him.
that's Patton Oswalt.
Oh, okay.
You were always asking who Patton Oswalt is. That's who that is.
Oh, okay. There you go.
It's true.
Well, he's amazing.
You asked before. He's
Oh,
funny.
yeah.
He's
He's, he's damn funny.
yeah. I mean,
and he's perfect as the
nailed
character.
the exactly
That's hard
nailed
to
the
do him.
tone, nailed the like he was perfect. The
Because
sidekick
Frank, I will
who-
say, is someone it's hard to duplicate that.
yes.
Oh, Frank Conniff.
especially
yeah.
after meeting
That
him.
I was going to say
odd-
yes, and go back in the That Man on Fat Man catalog and find the episode
That
of Frank Conniff.
that
We did have him on. Yes,
Yep.
that was fun.
that
You know, here's
slight
what
little
I will confess,
twist.
though.
There's like a twist
There's a
of-
little. There's a moment in there. I don't know if the disappointment on my voice or on my when I wanted him to sing that one song with him.
Oh,
and he
okay.
didn't rember it. I was
Right, right.
crushed. The fanboy
Which
inside of
one?
me was crushed.
Which song?
Johnny, da, da, da,
didn't
Johnny
remember.
Long Torso, the doll that comes in pieces.
And you didn't know it.
I did know it.
You
It took
wanted
me a
to have
second.
no, but he didn't know it. You wanted to have a Kevin.
Yeah, I
moment.
wanted to have a moment where I sang with
I
the
want
dude.
to have an Ishtar
Will you
moment
sing?
with you.
Will you sing Johnny Long Torso with me? He's like, I don't fucking remember that
Ishtar
shit.
I want to have an Ishtar moment
He's like, you
with
think
you.
I fucking remember that shit, dickhead,
Aw.
asshole, fuck what? No, he didn't say.
Now
that.
see what Kevin.
That's what I
did?
heard. In my
Kevin now you expect everyone to sing with you
yes,
because Kevin did.
did once.
Not
Okay.
everyone is going
That's
to.
so funny.
sweetie.
An Ishtar moment.
An Ishtar moment.
Yes.
Just
Right.
going off topic. I love like one of my other favorite pods. What you call it? The Flophouse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of course.
Well, they did a special episode. They actually went back and they did Ishtar.
Yes, and they
Yes,
hate it.
that's
They
right.
hate it.
Yeah.
They hated it though.
Oh
They-
yeah,
they,
and
it's so
just
sad.
and just like when I saw it in the theater, I'm like, what the hell?
Really? See, here's the deal.
I don't think I had my full sense of humor at that point too.
Well-
so that's
Well, first
That
of
could be
all,
it.
freely
Yeah.
admit, did not see it in the theater. So right up there, save money, save time. Saw it,
You were dumb enough to see it in the
saw it on
theater.
video. Saw it on video. So there is something different there.
It's better on
And-
video.
experience is different.
And,
It's
and
better on
there's
video.
a buddy of mine who, I'm a dead. I'm a closet deadhead. I don't go on about it. I don't wear it on my sleeve. I don't, not
Closet?
everything-
Why
it's
would
not-
you ever be
it's not like
closet?
everything. It's not all over the place. But like
No.
a good friend of mine named Rick, who I wish was alive today because he'd be a great podcaster. He's an amazing guy. Great. He's like
Rest
that.
in peace.
He is that guy who I didn't have to talk. Like he knew my next line.
Right.
Like we would have been a duo.
Right.
In that world.
complete the sentence.
Yeah, it really.
Right.
He
It was
that
like the
kind-
Blues Brothers.
Yeah, like we were really tight. I don't. He was just one of those guys I
Yeah.
clicked with. And it's funny because he was the cousin of another friend who I was friends with first, and
Who's that? Tim?
Tim, yeah.
Yeah.
So like we were tight, but then when I met Rick, it was like you're my soulmate on some weird level. It wasn't sexual though. Just
No,
went
no,
with
no.
that.
No, but
it
how
was
could you
total
not?
bromance.
He was a total blubber of love.
Anyway.
Now, also Rick was the one also as far as with your musical. Wasn't he?
Well, he taped us, and
Yep.
yeah, he was a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was a
He
big
has,
taper.
he has fucking Blues Traveler.
fellow taper. Yes.
He has Blues Traveler on
Yes.
tape.
So
like
that's
in little
there you go.
clubs.
There's
It's
another
amazing.
dead thing. Dead and Fish and all these taper bands. Yes, we were very into taper bands. He had a massive collection of
And he had a
Traveler.
heart as big as the world.
Yes, he was a great guy, but
He's dead.
yeah,
No.
too much fun. caught up with him.
I bet you he had a heart attack. If not, he overdosed.
Oh, totally. It was
Rest in
cocaine.
peace,
It was
Rick.
totally cocaine.
I wish you were around.
And he was a
You're
guy who
fun.
was overweight and, even
But
prematurely
he was
life.
a hugger like me.
Why are we talking about it? There was a point I was going to with this guy.
People that hug like that are the best. Hugging.
I
is
brought
the
him up for a reason. Now
know.
I've we were
We
talking
were talking
about. Yes.
He got it.
He was the guy who was like, we watched that together. And we just thought the whole songwriting shit was hilarious to us.
Gotcha.
Like, all that. Then you go into Ishtar, it fucking slows down. There's a couple funny moments like Kevin talks about. When he's selling the weapons, there's a funny scene like that.
Right.
Yes, and it gets tedious, but thanks to the power of fast forward after the first time
It
you
gets
see
tedious,
it.
That's the good thing about video.
Exactly.
See?
So,
in a movie theater, I couldn't say fast forward.
no, you could not. Exactly.
That's why it's so much better seeing it at home.
But I sat through the whole thing the first time, and that's what we got. The Ishtar section, not so good. You could chop at least a half hour out of that thing. But then when you get to the final concert, again, brilliance takes over because it's just... whether it's Dustin Hoffman and Warren
I love
Beatty,
Dustin
or it could have been
Hoffman.
anybody that
Dustin
just
Hoffman's
singing
underrated.
those goofy songs and the spirit of like these two losers are
But
like
they're so happy.
There's a quote in there, man, that I really attribute to myself. It's when fucking Warren Beatty says to Dustin Hoffman, he's like, "You're the kind of guy who doesn't care that he's got nothing at your age, man." That's the story of my fucking life right there. I want to cry.
Nice.
Something like I screwed up the quote.
Are we supposed to laugh?
So
'Cause I'm
anyway,
feeling sad right
I
now.
want to cry. Yeah. Wait, let's throw on Punisher.
Can I tell you? No.
Have you watched any of Punisher?
No,
Not yet. I haven't had a
no.
chance.
It is
but
bleak.
I'm expecting that from
It's-
I had to leave the room.
Punisher.
I had to leave
does
the room.
not disappoint if you're expecting bleakness.
I left the room
I was
going
to say that's what it is.
I have
he's a war-
PTSD from watching like 3 episodes.
I'm telling you, he goes back in time. His wife gets shot, and I'm like, you know what? I can't watch.
Yeah, and
this
they
anymore.
keep
I get
flashing
up
back
and
to that one, too.
Flashing back over and over. I'm like,
Like
I'm
that's
done.
why you
I
feel like
can't.
you have PTSD
My
by the
heart
time you're
breaks
done.
every time because the guy, like, he goes back and he's
Yeah,
happy,
it's-
and now he's sad. I'm like, fuck this shit.
And I was already depressed last night. And I was
It's
like,
killing me!
I made a joke last night. I'm like, oh, I think I'll put on the Punisher and see if this helps. Like nobody got that I was joking. Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god,
No,
that is
but-
crazy, depressing shit.
Cannot wait to see, but
Yeah,
at the same-
it's
at the
heavy,
same point,
dude.
yeah.
He does an amazing job, though.
Let's put it this way: all those other series, I would have been done by now. Like I
Yeah.
sat and binged.
But you
Like,
can't binge it because you're
I
just going to
couldn't.
slit your wrists at some
No,
point.
I had to stop and take a break after episode 1.
But the
You know
guy
what
is
I
so
mean? I was
intense. Like the
wow.
acting, the
Barenthal, yeah.
acting, the
Yeah, he's
acting's
amazing.
really intense. I mean,
What's her
they're-
name's back too?
Karen Page. I forget the actress's
She's
name.
great.
She's a doll.
Adorable.
She's a doll.
And you know what? It's like
and
everyone.
her strongest performance so far.
But that's what I mean. The performances are so heavy and so intense, and the topic, like everything is just so big. It's like I can't watch this anymore.
Yeah.
It's
Are you
exhausting.
familiar with what's his name? Shit, I can't think of his name. The computer guy.
Oh, well, for Punisher, you mean?
Yeah. Chip, not Chip. Micro. Yeah. Micro's big in this.
Oh,
So,
cool.
Yeah,
And he's amazing.
I mean, he's like he's been the main plot point of at least the first 3 episodes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So,
You know what I'm thinking from watching that?
and I'm
I
sure
think
it's
I need
gonna.
to
I'm
read.
sure it's gonna go at least half. It's half the season's gonna be Micro.
I think I need to read the comic or get like a book. No, seriously, it's making me want to, even though it's sad.
Okay.
I'm like, damn, this guy. I just don't like
Yeah.
like what like because a lot of the characters I don't like 100% like know
I
that
was
well.
never a big Punisher fan because I
Okay.
always just saw him as a vigilante. You know, I read the key books. You know, I read War Journal.
But why is he a vigilante?
Yeah,
But why is he a vigilante?
because you had to back then.
Why is he a vigilante? And like
He is a
another-
vigilante. I mean, he was introduced as a villain, a Spider-Man villain.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think it's 129. I think.
Yeah,
But
because,
isn't he?
because he just kills.
Isn't he avenging his family?
Yes, but he's one of those first heroes who just cross that line.
Yeah,
like
but,
he doesn't.
But again, he's not a hero. That's the
No,
thing to
he's-
take in
yeah.
mind. He's not
But-
a hero.
but he's
not
sold
a
as a
villain.
superhero.
He's anti-hero. He's that whole.
He's an anti-hero.
But
he's the total
published
gray
by
area.
Marvel.
Yeah.
Marvel.
Yeah, I don't get that.
superhero. So
So is he being like projected
he's one of
as
the first,
a superhero to
He's
us?
probably the beginning of darkness in comics.
I don't know. I don't
Because
like,
that's where it went in the 80s.
I'm not feeling
in the
it.
80s.
Yeah, I was going to say, that was when...
Yeah, because then you had Dark Knight Returns, you had Watchmen,
Yep.
and then everybody had to be dark.
After seeing Justice League, I don't want to see Punisher. I'm just like, no.
So you didn't see Justice League, did you?
No.
If you just saw Ragnarok, then you haven't seen Justice League.
Okay, two words. Wonder Woman.
Yeah, here's what I'm going to say. That movie is tedious when Wonder Woman is not on the screen. And I'm not just talking about her looks, because she makes the movie. She really does.
I believe that. And the crazy...
And Flash kind of works,
I
but
love
he's so
him.
pathetic.
No, I love him 100%.
When does Flash trip?
I'm 100%.
When he's doing some bad weed,
could
I don't know.
happen.
Exactly. Because
Maybe his mind was on
because here's the
something else.
truth. Technically, Flash is not physical when moving. He's not. He's not in physical form when in the Speed Force. So he wouldn't trip because his toe would go right through whatever it was he was connecting.
Well,
with.
I think the kid who's playing him is brilliant. He did a great job.
Ezra
It's
Miller.
hard to compare. Ezra Miller.
Yeah.
It's hard to compare. Come on. What's the
Frank
dude?
Gustin.
He's
Frank-
definitely doing a different performance.
Grant
so
Gustin,
I'll
that's
give him
right.
that. And so in that, he was good.
It's hard to beat Grant
he
Gustin.
is comedy relief of JLA.
Yeah.
I
I thought he did a great
Gotcha.
job. I was totally on board with him. I loved it.
Now, I
did.
had heard a lot about how much Aquaman was great.
Oh.
Wasted
Okay.
opportunity.
Yeah,
So many wasted
He
opportunities there.
had some little funny things, too. He was funny.
Never had sharks bite people in
Hot
half.
as hell.
That's how you show fucking how badass Aquaman is.
Yep.
When you have a shark, a great white shark, bite a motherfucker in half for you.
Wow.
Yeah. And I like he doesn't use this line, but he should. Because he used it in the comics. You don't talk to fish. I don't talk to fish. I communicate with sea life.
But he did
Try
say...
talking to a shrimp.
He did say something interesting, though, in the beginning. Now, I don't want to say, I don't want to spoil it. But, yeah, he's amazingly hot, though. Come on.
He's a good-looking guy.
Now-
He's a big Samoan motherfucker. Of course.
I mean, really? Anyway.
He's built like a brick shit house. He's
Batman.
Hey, Cal Drogo and
At least they blonded him up too. I'll give him
He
that.
looks
Like they
His
put some
body.
blonde in the hair, so it,
okay, because I was going to say it's like that was one of the things that looked weird when they were saying Jason Momoa was going to be Cal Drogo.
yeah.
It's like wait,
Me too.
hey, he's dark head. It's
Me
like
too. It's like
Arthur Curry is.
It's like we've lost
blonde.
another blonde as a
No, but they
blonde.
did
We've
put-
lost
he did
another
have-
fair-haired hero.
Yeah.
They keep taking him away from us.
Yeah,
Because
we-
Flash is supposed to be fair-haired.
Yeah,
Is he?
You know what?
Yes.
You know what's strange? When they announced the casting of him, like some of my friends and I were saying, it's like it's so like anti. It's like he shouldn't be Aquaman. If he wanted to be a sea person, he should be Namor.
He was totally
Yeah.
Namor. Oh yeah, totally.
He's got the look.
Yeah.
Well, look who's directing.
Yep,
Or was originally.
oh yeah, I know.
Was what? And he's so dark. You know he was going to give him a whole Namor backstory.
Yeah.
Thank God. I mean, I hate
Who
this.
was supposed to do it?
I'm not
Zack
saying
Snyder.
thank
Was
God
Zack
for the
Snyder.
cause. I am not saying because of the cause, but I am saying I'm not disappointed that Zack Snyder got pulled from that film or left that film.
Well, he left it because his daughter killed
Yeah,
herself.
I know.
so.
No, that's
we don't,
that's a shame.
and that's horrible.
Yeah.
But
I have to say that.
it
though,
may have
because-
been the saving grace
Will you
of Justice
stop?
League.
No, that's not what you mean. I know you don't mean
No,
it.
no,
the fact that what's his name came in and finished the movie. I can't think of his name. now.
the one that did Avengers.
yeah.
Joss Whedon.
The fact that Joss Whedon got a crack at finishing that movie,
Okay.
I think brought a lot more light.
And can I say, Ben Affleck doesn't do anything for me. Let's just move on to the next Batman because he's not good.
It was weird.
He's so lame.
Superman
was better than
I
him.
really did. I saw a review that said this is Wonder Woman babysitting 5
So true.
problemed Supermen or something like that, and
That's
and
Fucking
and it
pussies.
nailed it. Because she was the most well-adjusted hero.
Yeah, she had a bigger cock than all of them.
Yeah, she really did. She was more
She
together.
was like waving it all.
She was
Woo!
I will say this
She was
as an
great.
actor, she apparently brought her A game because, when she was on screen,
She-
I was convinced. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
and when she
Wonder
was
Woman.
on screen with other people, it was her that kind of made
Yeah.
the screen, made
Yes.
that moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you look back at Batman,
There
v
were moments
Superman-
where I thought that Cyborg looked like a wind-up toy.
I really did.
I've seen
Like,
people. I don't want
perhaps it
to. I feel like we're spoiling it.
Yeah,
but
I don't mean to
a
spoil
couple
it
of
for you.
people online have mentioned about Superman, like up close.
Well,
there's
yeah,
something
that
funky
fucking.
going on with
There's
his face.
this weird, and well, not this that. There's this weird like
But the
it's
CGI
shown.
mustache, or
No, it's shown as
his
phone
mouth.
video. Like it
Oh,
opens
okay.
on phone video of Superman, like before he died.
Yeah, it
obviously.
doesn't even look like him.
Well, yeah, he's not.
Hi, this is Kal-El.
I mean,
Oh,
I hate to say it, but we're talking about the actor's just not aging well. I mean, he's either putting on weight or
And Ben Affleck too.
yeah. Oh, Ben Affleck
I love
definitely.
Ben Affleck. He looks like Mr. Blockhead.
But I don't mind Batman looking like
What
this
that
is.
was.
Hang on,
He's
I don't-
turning into
hello?
Lego Batman now.
Sorry.
I don't mind Batman looking like a fire plug.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that is a perfectly acceptable version of Batman. A fire plug, like a fucking
again,
a little mutt, a little
Yeah, he kind
It
of looks
doesn't
like
always
that.
have to be
Dark
Superman.
Knight. Dark Knight was
Yeah,
Dark Knight
like
Yeah, he
Returns.
kind of
That
looks.
he was.
I guess you could say he kind of looked
You know,
like that.
more
yeah.
stout and like thick and like all muscle, but more compact.
Yeah, well, that's not Ben Affleck, but
Yeah, but so I don't mind Batman being on the thicker side, is what I'm saying.
yeah, I
You
like
know,
a really
Dark
hot
Knight. I
Bruce
don't
Wayne
mind.
though, and he's not a hot Bruce Wayne.
So going back to Clark, so they play this weird, like it looks like shot from someone's camera video, and his outfit looks like styrofoam, like it was cut from fucking styrofoam. It looks so fucking shitty.
Basically, like one of the Halloween costume
And it was-
things.
it was
like,
Big Daddy-
with the fake muscles.
It was
Yeah.
Big
Yeah.
exactly. It was Big Daddy Jimmy V who posted it. I'm like, no shit. It really did look bad. Like, why the
Really?
fuck would Superman wear that?
Yeah, Superman, you look gay.
Yeah, it's like you could tell where they were trying to save a little money on this movie.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I never liked him as Superman. But anyway, let's not spoil it any further for our friend.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
way worth going.
Here's
to
the other
see.
thing.
And
Steppenwolf.
You never know if
Steppenwolf is terrible.
does it go
Wax
on,
face.
on a magic carpet ride? No, sorry.
Steppenwolf
I like
is
to
too
dream.
CGI.
Yeah,
or was he
yeah.
born to be wild? No.
Let's put it this way. Who's the new bad guy in Star Wars?
What? Kylo Ren, Snoke.
Snoke. He
Yeah.
has a very Snoke feel to him.
Oh, okay.
Like very waxy,
Yeah.
almost
See, I didn't follow
troll-like,
him at all.
you
I didn't
know.
know what was going
The
on.
CGI is heir apparent in that character.
Yeah.
And that's all. The uncanny valley is fucking with me. Most of
Yeah.
the time I'm looking at Steppenwolf.
But that-
Unfortunately, and that sucked.
But that
Yeah.
MST3K is sure grand.
Oh, yes,
But
it is.
now having saying
Hey, and you never know.
Now-
Justice League might
now
be a
having
future episode.
now here's the weird part. Now having
That'll
shit
be
on
good.
it for like a fucking 10 minutes here, I'd still say go see it. You know what
No,
I mean?
go see it.
It's worth
We're not
seeing.
even
I'm still
shitting.
going to see
Yeah,
it.
yeah. You-
I'm a comic
not even-
nerd,
It's-
and
it's fun.
and it's something that for me, like being growing up, that
Yeah.
I longed for this in
It's
like
a-
the movies, like for when I
Yes.
was a kid. So
Right.
It's a
might
big
as well go
romp.
see it. Yeah.
It's got a lot. It's got a
Right.
lot of ground to cover, and surprisingly, because of that fact, I think it does it well.
okay.
Right.
Because it is doing so much heavy lifting that I got to say, as a whole, it's all right.
Yeah, because and you
it's
know
got
what?
its
It's a couple
problems,
hours to
but
escape the
If you've
whatever.
been waiting for Justice League, don't stop. Don't.
Gotcha.
Go see it. You'll enjoy it on some level.
And if
I
you
mean,
love
I liked
Wonder
it.
Woman,
I
you'll love
liked
it.
it more than I'm shitting on it now. I'm just picking at it now.
And the
because I
thing is,
can.
I think we all enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I think
we
it
all
was
did.
just like.
Plus,
I don't
we had
know.
just seen Ragnarok,
Right.
so you're like,
It's fun.
wow,
Ragnarok.
that was amazing. You know,
Now,
what I
if
mean?
you compare
well,
the
you're just
two,
refreshed out of it.
Yeah.
How'd you like it?
Loved it.
I know,
Like,
wasn't
was
it
your
great?
favorite? Is it
Was
your
it my
favorite? Because it was Cameron's favorite Marvel movie, is what he said, and I liked that.
Okay.
It's not mine.
It was
but-
it was the
I can see why.
it was one of the funny. It was like one of the top 2 funniest.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Guardians would be the only.
Yeah.
other
Because Thor is
Exactly.
really funny too.
And I just like like Guardians. I think they just put it together
I
a little
love it
better.
so
Guardians. Without Guardians, I don't think you'd have Thor Ragnarok.
You don't. You
exactly.
You exactly do not.
Because it allowed the tone to change.
And
apparently, without Kevin Smith too.
Yes.
Did you?
Chris Hemsworth? With the hair.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Chris Hemsworth.
It all comes back to
You
Kevin.
look like
It's
a hot.
so funny. Yeah, it's like because
Good
he
job,
was,
Kevin. I like the short hair.
because he was like, well, what are the fanboy? You know,
Mm-hmm.
what are the fanboys really thinking about this? You know, I like that.
But no, that was fantastic. Of course, also the and especially the way I'm talking right now.
I know we're off
having
MST3K,
Jeff Goldblum
but-
as as
Oh
the
my
Grandmaster.
He fucking steals the movie. He steals the fucking
Who are you
movie.
talking about?
The Grandmaster
Jeff
Goldblum.
Goldblum.
Oh, God, no.
He steals the movie midway
I
through. It's
can't
like once he's
even-
introduced, he just takes every scene from everyone who's in it.
I love every
so
movie
much
he's
that they
in.
gave him the teaser.
He
You know,
is
they
like
gave him the
so
stinger.
charismatic,
Yes.
and he'll always be
And
at
he
the
was
top
even
of my list.
funny in the stinger. It was worth waiting.
Oh,
for
and
those
I love how he
fucking
loves himself
credits.
and that smile, and he's so snarky.
He gives such a great.
I love all of it.
Yeah, I think he gets away with it. I really think
totally
he gets away
does.
with it.
You know what? I think
because he's like
Jeff Goldblum does the character of Jeff Goldblum.
Yes!
Like it's just he's self-aware of this whole.
He's so self-aware.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I wouldn't be surprised
That's
if we
why
find out that Jeff Goldblum is Grandmaster.
That's why, like, even when
The
he
other way around.
talks, he's like laughing.
It's just natural
Yeah.
selection. Yes.
Right.
I forgot my mantra.
And everything he does, like, he almost like laughs at, like, while he's saying it. So because he totally gets it. Like,
Yeah,
Jeff
that's where it
Goldblum's
starts,
great.
and then later there's the screaming and the running.
He's a
Yes,
genius.
the screaming and
He's such
and
a
the
genius.
eating and the
We
running.
love Jeff Goldblum. Let's just say that.
And he stole that fucking movie.
He totally
And
did. He
hats off to him.
totally
But
did.
I had one gripe though with the movie,
Okay.
and it wasn't like a bad gripe.
I had gripes too.
It was something that Guardians 2 did as well. They reused a song that it's like the beginning with Surtur, the fight. They're playing immigrant song.
Yeah.
And,
Paid a lot of money.
it's
They paid a
awesome.
lot of fucking money for that song. You
Oh,
better
yeah.
use it.
But then
And they were
later
like-
the fight with Hela.
They built
on
back.
the Rainbow Bridge.
Well, 'cause it's her
they brought-
theme.
And you know what? But that's the thing. It made so much more sense with the Hela thing. But it's like, oh, come on. There's so many songs. Why'd you have to keep like reusing the song?
Yeah.
Because
Well,
they used it with
like, he did to her.
Brandy in
Brandy, too.
in
Yeah.
Guardians 2, where what's his name? James Gunn has such a great soundtrack. It's like, don't keep reiterating because they.
But
like,
no,
they, like,
I
they're-
disagree because
I know there
the
was
way
a theme
he
to it.
tied it into the story.
No,
yeah.
there was a theme to it, yes, but it was just like a little overuse because
I disagree, but okay.
in the
was
in the
thematic.
trailers they had the suite using Fox on the Run, and it wasn't in the movie. And
And
that
here's
pissed
the
me
other
off.
thing I'm going to say.
Oh, Fox on the
Here-
Run
and
wasn't in
here's-
the movie?
Here's the
No.
other reason. Here- hang
Fox
on.
the
You're
Run.
more.
Yep.
You're more intelligent than the average moviegoer.
Oh, thank you.
That's why they. that is exactly why they do shit like that.
Because no, a
Essentially,
normal person.
yeah.
Well, not
They're-
normal. You know what I mean. I didn't mean that.
You know, the lowest common. The lowest
I'm
common
called that too,
denominator.
not normal.
Someone who's not a comic book
The
geek,
not extraordinary
not into
person.
this, is not.
Yep.
They're not out podcasting or listening to them. You know what I
Such a
mean?
jerk,
Yep.
I said
Those
that.
are the people that need those things.
Correct.
They need the. I mean, how many times do you go, "Oh wow, we're in expositionary dialogue now"? When you
It's
see
very
a movie,
basic,
it's
yeah.
like you can just
have to keep it
this
basic.
poor actor, and then it becomes like, all right, let me see. I'm going to judge this actor on how well he can give me this expositionary dialogue without me knowing. But it's too late because I already know.
Well,
but
the
so how
reason-
can he cover it up?
And the reason why that keeps happening is because they get away with it.
Well, they
They
have
can
to.
kind of.
You have to give backstory.
I know.
Yeah,
Good-
for
people
those
won't get it.
that
There's
don't know
good written, there's good writing, and there's bad writing.
Yeah. Now going back to Punisher, do you think that there's a good that they did that well?
It's of course it's written well because I'm emotionally moved by
Right,
it. But the
right.
problem is the only way I'm being emotionally moved is towards a fucking warm bath and a razor blade.
Right. Just honey, get the toaster.
Yeah. I'm doing this.
I'm making toast.
I'm only on episode 6, but life is no longer
I'm
worth
really
living.
hungry. Get some butter.
I
too.
know Punisher's
It's like, I'm
gonna
not going to
die.
make it through the series. Oh, what? You don't like it? No, I'm just not going to make it.
I just know. Something tells me Karen
Literally.
Page is toast.
Literally. I like Karen Page too.
I wouldn't be surprised if they killed her just to give it emotional significance.
Oh God.
I don't know. We'll see. Like
Just like they did with that guy in Suicide Squad.
the
guy at the beginning.
Slipknot.
Yeah, who's the guy who's put in the movie so we can kill him to prove to you that this movie has stakes.
And going back a little bit with Flophouse, they did Suicide Squad as an episode live
did they?
in
that's
Brooklyn.
right, that's
Oh, how was that? Was that fun?
Oh, that was so freaking awesome.
Oh.
That was like beginning of the year, and it's hilarious because they do what they do when they do their show live. They do like little PowerPoint presentations before the show. These little things, and Stuart did one on like ensemble films, and it's like, okay, when you watch one of these ensemble films, you got to pick your guy. You got to pick who am I following? Who's I wasn't
Who's my dude?
I wasn't familiar with Suicide Squad, so okay, who am I going to follow? And who did I choose? And like, next slide.
Harley Quinn.
Slipknot. It's like, okay, it's like number one. Okay, why should I follow Slipknot? Number one, it's like the band Slipknot. It's like it's number two. Like, his look. Okay, he's got these
he's
ropes.
a Native
so
American or something?
He's okay, in the movie, he's probably he's gonna tie some people up. He's gonna use it to scale a building. He's gonna do all this, that. And it's like, and then I watched the film.
He was cannon fodder.
He's dead.
Really? I mean, it's never been so obvious that a fucking guy was placed in a movie to show you that there are stakes.
Right.
Yeah, but
thoroughly disposed. But that means there are no real stakes.
Yeah, but doing
because
that,
we've killed the guy to prove that there's stakes.
But didn't doing that make?
They never killed anyone else.
So didn't doing that make the rest of the movie make sense? Doing that in the beginning of the
No,
movie?
it made it hilarious, actually.
Well, see, it
had
a purpose.
It was one of the funnier moments of the film. Oh, that dude's dead already.
But it's like one of the best lines from that Flophouse episode. You have to listen.
Okay.
But
I thought I did, but I might not.
Elliot is talking about Captain Boomerang, where you're like, because he breaks off, and then it's like, like his cell phone is ringing, and it's like, he throws his cell phone down. It's like he's Captain Boomerang. He should have the. It's like he should have thrown his
come right back.
thrown his cell phone, and it comes right back to him. It's like, damn it!
A moment missed.
Elliot's brilliant on
the
he is.
Yeah. And
he
is one of the writers of Mystery Science Theater. He is the head writer.
Look at that.
And this is how we can segue back.
We're full circle.
Yes. And he is also one of those guys we
Very
desperately wanted to get.
Very well done.
We wanted to. We interviewed for the movie, the documentary. We wanted to interview him again because of that. Because he does mention. They mentioned that in our interview that they're fans of Mystery Science Theater. And that's how the show started.
So,
now the dude is actually fucking the head writer. So we wanted to have
he's fucking the head writer. Oh my God.
Well, no, he is the head writer. I guess he's masturbating with the head writer.
There we go.
That's kind of fucking with them.
I would assume he is. I mean, if he's a normal human being and doesn't want lots of pressure in his life.
So he's fucking himself.
The only bad thing is that he had to move out to L.A.
Yes.
It's like we miss him for the East Coast here.
And what's funny about, so I've met those guys twice. Well, I met them once, but I've interacted with Dan now twice.
Yes.
I really get the vibe that he is not at all a technical person. Also from the show. I mean,
what are you talking about, Dan?
Yeah. Because, it really felt like they were going to replace that fucking dude because they didn't know how to use Skype. You know what I mean? It really felt like they were going to replace Elliot because they just had not figured out how to use Skype yet.
But they have now.
Yes, I know. I've actually heard a few episodes.
Yeah, but
I also like that they went out to L.A.
Yes, yeah, and actually, December they're doing a San Fran episode too.
Fucking A, man! Expand,
Yeah, they're
spreading the disease.
They're finally, doing taking it on the road.
That's smart.
Yeah,
they should be doing that.
But again, like I said, in the little bit I interacted with Dan, it became like he's taken it upon himself to do that piece.
Yes.
Yeah.
He does not have
if you listen to some,
there's no natural aptitude there.
If you listen to some of the earlier episodes and talking about the technical aptitude and that, yes, you will
he still
enjoy.
fucks up recording now.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't sure if I was using my computer or using my.
Dan is great. But it's just so he'll say it about himself.
He needs a fucking device. If he had a device, it would be so easy for him. Because it's the computer element that I think fucks him up.
I like them a lot. I like all three of them.
Oh yeah,
and I think they
guys.
need each other. I think they need all three of them.
Yeah, there's a certain dynamic with the three of them.
Who's the one who owns
so
the
weird
bar? Which
because
one is he?
Stewart.
Stewart, yeah.
Yeah.
Stewart Wellington.
Yes.
Like when I first met them, first of all, there was so much weirdness going on.
Oh my
because,
God!
like,
I know. I'm so glad I wasn't
there. One of them was
there.
not only in the middle,
horrified.
having a divorce in his life,
cat's
but
dying.
his cat was dying in literally next room.
And the cat did
Dan
die.
McCoy. Yeah.
So it was like,
oh, that's so sad. And then it's weird having someone new and your cat's dying.
And so
like,
then
what do you
I'm
do?
there, and also realize it's right after the change of the Daily Show.
Yep.
It's like
Yeah,
Trevor.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
And I did not.
Yeah.
It took me a while for Trevor to get on me.
Yeah.
But as you said, it's like when he started, it was still writing.
They were writing for John.
Yeah.
And which pissed me off because it was like, I could deliver John shit better than this guy's doing. But
Yeah.
of course, because I'm a fucking white guy from Jersey.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I mean?
Turns out
So is John, exactly.
Right. It turns out he's doing a great job.
He is. As soon as and as Dan even talked about, when we had him
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, it took about a month for them to
change the voice, to change to an outsider's voice, to write from an outsider's voice.
And it really did well. He's really great.
Yeah, he's doing better now.
Thriving. Yeah.
And
good job, Trevor.
The kids like him, and that's the key.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
my son likes him. And, so
Yeah.
he's
He says-
in with the young crowd.
He is. He's
but
witty.
Getting back to these guys.
Yeah.
Yes. So it was so cool to meet them and have them say, MST3K was such a
I
fucking
love
big
that.
part of our life. And I'm like, me too, And I fucking owned a Tom server. I fucking had my own, So it was nice to hang with those guys. And
Mystery Science Theater is the thing that binds us all. It's
And
like the
here's
Force.
And here's the other thing. With him being out in L.A., should we pop in L.A., there's no reason we might not be able to grab footage because nowadays documentaries are never really done.
Yeah,
that's true.
Look at both the baseball series, too. They've added shit.
Ken Burns, yeah.
Yeah.
Have they really?
Yeah, they've added at least several years after the fact. I'm not sure if they
Onto
did a
the
post
Ken
9/11.
Burns baseball documentary?
Yeah.
That's set?
Yeah.
They're still adding to it? I didn't think
They
you could-
have added to it, yes, because
So you add, like,
there
a
was
volume.
There was a subway, yes.
Yeah,
there was
exactly.
a subway
like an
series.
encyclopedia. Oh,
yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, I don't know when the last time they've done
Oh,
it, but
I
there's
love
been
that.
some significant development, so they've done that.
Do you think he'll do that with his other stuff too?
Okay, now
like
his
the
brother had a series about New York. That's not Ken
Who?
Burns; it's actually his brother.
Oh my god!
So if you've seen the New York one, that actually it feels
I
like
never
Ken
knew
Burns.
that. Wow.
It's actually Ken Burns' brother. Ken Burns is a producer, but his
Okay.
brother is the director,
Oh,
and
cool.
that's another one that they added a chapter after 9/11 to because they felt it was important.
I was
going to
say,
that.
you can't tell the story of New York without
yeah,
now.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So they went back and added that.
We have a
after the fact.
picture, but it's the one, the only.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wonder if he's doing that with all of his documentaries.
And I think,
like
and
jazz.
here's the thing: I think they did that after because I remember when it originally aired, it stopped around 1977, which was when the city was dying and needed money.
Yep.
So I think they added another chapter in
Koch.
there too. Yeah.
So Scott, do you
The
think he'll
Koch
do,
years.
do you think
welcome
he'll
to my
Fort
neighborhood.
Apache.
do you think he'll add on to like the jazz one, like that kind of thing?
Jazz, there would be no real reason to unless there's
No?
some significant movement in jazz.
Oh, okay. I just
Suddenly,
feel-
jazz becomes the mainstream.
Oh, I don't
music.
know because there's years like
but
when they
baseball
stopped.
is still going.
Right.
And New York is, had
Oh, I
like
see what you
9/11
mean.
and,
Okay.
so there was reasons to add on
Yeah.
to those.
Yeah, the Yankees are still winning, so
And again, there was a Subway series, so I think that was one of the things they
Right.
covered too.
In 2000.
Yeah. God, it feels like yesterday.
Oh yeah.
And that's
really
here's the
does.
scary thing. That's the last time the Mets were in the series.
Yeah. Well.
As a Mets
Yeah,
fan,
they got some work to do again.
Yes. All right. Fuck baseball. Fuck that shit. Let's get to MST3K.
fuck you, sports people. We like movies
Let's build
and TV
a.
shows.
Hey, it's like speaking of sports. Are you ready for some football?
Let's build
Laser blast.
Let's
Laser blast.
Well, also,
I don't think he's ready for some football.
hey, what about Boggy Creek? There was that. Hey, there are 10,000 hog callers out. It starts out in a football game.
Oh, that's the movie that I was talking
Yes,
about.
Yeah,
yes.
that's the one.
The Arkansas
Boggy Creek.
Razorbacks or
Yes,
whatever.
Razorbacks, right.
Yeah. So,
I just
getting-
thought the girls were cute with the shorts on there.
So do you want to go round robin it? Like you do your do one, I'll do one. And,
no, I don't
because
want-
What we're doing is we're building the list for people who want to do a marathon. These
All
are the
right,
episodes.
I'll join
that they
too.
can
I
choose.
just have one.
Now I don't know that all these will be available per se,
Right.
but we hope.
Hit YouTube.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but there
You
are
might be able to find
there
it.
are multiple ways. Yeah, there are some episodes available on Netflix right now of the
Yes.
old ones
And-
and the new ones.
So if they've been released, there's a good chance that you'll find them on Netflix. Good chance.
So there's that. There's Shout. Not Shout. No.
I think it
Pluto.
was Shout.
Pluto TV.
Okay.
Pluto TV is a streaming service thing, or you're like an app that you can get on your Amazon Fire, Roku, whatever, PlayStation, all those things. Pluto TV. They have an MST3K channel.
There you go.
So that's another way, and they also have now a Riff Tracks channel too.
Okay. Well, I should say, for just as a ground rule, we already agreed to take Manos: The Hands of Fate off the chart and put it like on the Hall of Fame.
Exactly.
Because it's everybody's favorite. Even people who don't know the show probably know that episode or have seen it.
Correct.
Because it's like a. And the other one I would think is probably Santa Claus Conquers the Martians.
Oh, yeah.
Is that on your list?
No, I didn't put it on my list. Okay. No.
I think we should put that up there, too, because it's another one that's going to be like, everybody picks that one.
But, I think Manos is more it's just the...
Yeah. I agree.
It's like the old, the classic rock station. Oh, what's number one this year? Stairway to Heaven.
It's the jersey that you just have to put up and retire.
Exactly.
So, Manos, the Hands of Fate is officially everyone's favorite. We know that. And so, to save a lot of hassle... We're not going to pick that one.
Good enough for a Manos,
Yes.
but made for a Womanos.
And mine will be in no specific order.
Oh, same here, because...
And I may change mine depending
hard
on
to,
yours.
Sometimes
Mine
give you
either.
that number one. That true number one.
Yeah.
Although, there is one for me that is that, and I'll give it last.
I think it might be mine. I have one, too, but...
Okay.
I wonder if we share it. Hang on. I'm gonna pot everything down.
All right, we want to take a moment to talk about Death Wish Coffee. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, do yourself a favor and get over to deathwishcoffee.com. And there you can buy the strongest coffee known to man without a prescription.
The world's strongest coffee ever.
Yes, as proudly displayed on my wife's sweatshirt over there.
Yes, on my body,
Yes.
on my mug,
Yes,
on
it's
my
on my mug.
K-cups. Not...
Yes, and you'll know them by their telling sign of the skull and crossbones.
It's
that tells
so
you
good.
exactly what you're in for. It's that used to be the international symbol for poison, but now it is the symbol for good damn coffee.
It's awesome. Without milk, with milk, you don't really need it because it's strong.
But
it's
not bitter?
Not bitter. So you don't even need milk. You don't even need sugar, but you can add it if you'd like. It's just really, really the perfect, strongest, most awesome coffee.
Become a junkie of Death Wish. DeathWishCoffee.com. Thank you very much.
Enjoy it.
And be sure to get 10% off your order at www.deathwishcoffee.com when you use the code ThatMan. That's one word, conjunctified, all caps. ThatMan for 10% off your orders at deathwishcoffee.com.
Hey, everybody. I hate to interrupt, but I want to take a moment to talk to you about Patreon. What is Patreon? Patreon is a startup-type service. This one caters to ongoing projects. It is for the video bloggers, the podcasters, the bloggers who regularly provide content to an audience out there. And if the audience chooses to, they can support their the shows they listen to that are members of Patreon. That Man on Fatman is on Patreon. And if you would like to help us to offset the costs that we incur on this show, it also helps expand our abilities. For instance, SoundCloud, as a result of folks helping us out on Patreon. You are helping to grow the show, and for that, we try and provide our Patreon listeners with special bonuses, special shows in advance that they can hear prior, just special videos, things like that. We try. It's more ad hoc. It's more seat of the pants, but I think the listeners out there are happy with them. No one's complained yet. We're not talking a lot of money here. We're talking like $2 a month, $4 a month. And where can you find us? Very simple. Go to patreon.com. That's patreon.com/ThatManOnFatman. Or you can go to ThatManOnFatman.com and click on the link on the right side of the screen that says Become a Patron on Patreon. I want to take this time to mention to you www.audibletrial.com/ThatManOnFatman. That's right, www.audibletrial.com/ThatManOnFatman. That's one word, conjunctified. Go there. Sign up for your free 30-day free trial. Sign up. Get a free book. A free audio book. Because you don't have to go through no tedious reading. You don't have to turn no fucking pages. You don't have to do any of that bullshit. You get in your car, you put on your headphones, and you are listening to a book. You're taking a magical journey into a fictitious land. You're expanding your mind, all when you're stuck in traffic.
fucking amazing. Audiobooks. These are the wave of the future. And you can get in for free for 30 days. A free trial. And when you get your free trial, you can download a copy of Tough Shit by our Savior, Kevin Smith. That's right. Our Lord and Savior, Kevin Smith, has left words for us to follow in our lives, and we can get it for free just by signing up to audibletrial.com/ThatManOnFatman. That's right. audibletrial.com/ThatManOnFatman. Thank you. Please sign up. You'll be very happy you did. All right.
Okay, so
You're first.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
first. You're the guest.
Guests
okay,
are first.
So
No, pick your first one. Tell us why you like it. What stood out about you?
okay, the first one that I'm gonna put on, one of the classics. Okay, it's one of the classics. It's season 3, episode 2, I believe.
Okay.
And
I don't know it off the top of my head. So.
If you love
there was a time I would have.
If you love your kaiju, you'll love your Gamera.
Oh, okay.
The first of the Gamera movies. Sandy
Frank.
Sandy Frank gave us that little treat. It has, just like, for someone that's never watched Mystery Science Theater, it's also the greatest, like, I think, introductory episode that you can do.
Yeah, I could see that because everyone knows Gamera and sees it as cheesy right off the get-go.
Yes. But it has some of the classic things, such as, like, when they're in the Arctic there, the boat is going through the ice, and they start chanting toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, and then later when Gamera comes and is like attacking, it's like abandoned toy, abandoned toy.
It's like Hi-Keeba. Although I think that's from season 2.
But yeah, it has many classic moments. We have also the relationship between Gamera and Kenny.
Oh, okay.
And Tibby the turtle, the love triangle there.
Oh. Did they hurt the turtle in the movie?
You know what's funny? They released a box set of all the turtle movies, the MST3Ks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and you had to buy it like when it came out.
Yeah, because it got pulled. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like get it now.
What does the turtle do in this movie?
Well, Gamera is a giant turtle.
Yeah,
like a giant space turtle.
Gamera
it's like Godzilla, right?
Yes, is a competitor.
But it's a turtle.
Because Toho Films was What was Godzilla, and Sandy Frank had.
It's very much like a DC Marvel thing. Like
because I know your brother, Scott's brother,
kaijus.
loves Gamera, right?
Yes, my brother's a big Gamera.
But I didn't know that
Gamera, big Godzilla guy.
I didn't know that Gamera was a turtle.
Like he's the guy who would buy the big plastic ones. And
yes, I remember those. Yeah, like.
I think we.
Or how about
my cousin had the giant Godzilla one.
What do they call it? Godzilla in name only. And they actually call it by its initials, Godzilla in name only. I don't know how that comes out. Genome or something.
I never knew.
Which
it was
is the
turtle.
Godzilla from that 1999 Matthew Broderick Godzilla.
Yeah,
is the one I'm talking about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone,
forget that.
There was. I think the guys recently did that one too. The
Flophouse?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did do Godzilla. They did
very recently.
Yes. Actually, I think it's a little older episode.
Was it? Then I might have accidentally downloaded it and kept it's like in my live queue or something.
Yeah.
Because it seemed like it was recent to me. I'm like, oh wow, I got
no, but it is one where they went back. Being that it was 98, they had started their podcast in 2007. So
yes. I like when they go back.
Yes.
I also like when they went back. One of my favorites was when they did fucking what's his name, Golden Child.
Oh yes, Golden Child.
That's a great episode. And
then John Hodgman, they did Nothing But Trouble.
Yes, and they also did. He was also there for the other one that we're talking about. John Hodgman was there for
Ishtar.
Ishtar, yeah.
Yes.
Again, unfair. I thought they came out harsh out of the box.
Oh yeah.
I think they were primed to hate that movie, and I don't think John Hodgman helped at all.
No.
What was funny too? What did I see recently that they really trounced on the sexualness of it? Oh, 1941.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah, they came down. Their judgment was hard on 1941. Poor Steven Spielberg.
Yes.
Yes, crying
That's
over
the Spielberg film that it's like,
Yeah.
pay no attention to that film. Pay no attention.
Yeah. He will say that. He's like, thank God for fucking George Lucas coming along with this Raiders project.
It's like Lenny and Squiggy as gunners there or whatever.
Fucking, it is true that John Belushi just was being John Belushi.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, John.
Sure, it'll be
just
funny.
Be you. And
how is this helping anything?
There's a plane there. Okay, use it.
Even I saw all those holes when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, how can this guy ever get laid with the girl on a plane? Like, how's this ever going to happen? How's he going to get married? Is he going to get married on a plane? Like, how's it? So, anyway. I was about 10 when that came out, I think.
But going back to Gamera, though, there's a lot of great characters, a lot of great host segments, including Servo singing to Tibby the Turtle. Yes, and then Crow attempting to sing to it.
I don't remember the host segments of that one. But the Gamera ones were, harder to get a hold of.
Yes, harder to get a hold of. But if you get a chance to watch it,
I got a lot of shit copies of that one.
But yeah, if you get a hold of that one, that is one of the best ones, in my opinion, and best introductory episodes for someone, learning the ways of MST3K. I'm trying to think what were some. With Kenny, like he got rocks, for Tibby the Turtle, and then at the end of the episode, it's like when they're shooting Gamera into space, it's like Kenny, you never love me, you just love those rocks.
No.
But okay, who's
I'll go next.
Okay,
because Jeanne only has one anyway. So.
I can go next.
All right, you go next then. It's The Legend of Boggy Creek, right?
The Legend of Boggy Creek. Well, I don't think that's the name of it, though.
Yes, it is. The Legend of Boggy Creek 2, maybe?
Yeah.
I always forget.
It's from season 9
it's
or
only
8.
Boggy Creek 2.
Yeah, it's the only Boggy Creek.
I think Legend of Boggy
it's the
Creek
Legend
might
of
be
Boggy
something
Creek
different.
Part 2, I believe, is what it is.
Okay.
And yes, it's a
The
classic.
legend continues.
Yes, the legend continues. It
now,
really did.
I will say
there was so much unexplained in that first one.
It's not like I can't like pick it apart like, oh, remember that scene, that type of thing.
I can.
But I do remember just like was it like a professor and his students, right?
Yeah.
That were going.
Okay. Now,
they were studying Bigfoot. A Bigfoot
type creature.
And they stayed. I know there was like a camper, and they had like their equipment in
there's
there.
a deer that gets his head ripped off, but it's actually a dog wearing a deer head because you can see the seam on the fucking thing.
So, and then the girls
as it swims across the fucking river or whatever the fuck.
The girls wore like really short shorts and
there was two girls. One was like the dumb one, and one was like the renegade girl.
Yeah, they were both really cute. And to me they were cute. That's all I remember.
And it was obvious that the boy who walked around shirtless this whole fucking movie,
right?
Like even when he was in The Office, I think he was shirtless,
especially in The Office.
Yeah, so like you could tell, hey, it's the director's son
that they just threw in there.
And the director is also the star,
right?
Who is like this redneck guy. From Arkansas.
Just funny. That's all I remember, just being funny, and it just.
I mean,
just
I loved it because it had the moment where
one
of my favorite jokes is fucking as they're driving down the road, literally driving down the road, looking for a Waffle House, drinking lots of wild turkey.
I mean, really?
Since we were living in Virginia at the time, I'm like, fucking hey, they know this shit.
And we had a Waffle House probably 5 minutes away from our house.
God.
No, we did. We had a Waffle House right down the street.
You know, I have never been to a Waffle House.
I'm telling you, not so bad.
It's a counter.
The waffle's pretty good.
And at least the last time I was in a Waffle House, they were still allowed smoking.
Are they?
So,
oh my God.
Yeah, and this was I took a wrong turn down by the fucking.
Should have taken the left turn at Albuquerque.
Getting to the Atlanta airport. I took a wrong turn, and I'm going down some highway, and I'm like, let me stop somewhere. Here's a Waffle House.
That's scary. What is
and walk in there, and it smelled like fucking bacon and tobacco, tobacco smoke. And
tobacco.
Yeah, and thick, because half the fucking, that's the smoking section over there.
Yeah, and it just drifts over
there. And smoke never passes this point.
Because it's in a room like the size of this room. Yeah. That's what I'm saying here. And essentially it's a counter, and, you get waffles,
so
and they're not like, it's not like you're getting fancy Belgian waffles either.
No.
You're getting like square Legos,
Yeah, but that's good. I thought they were always good. But I don't think they exist anymore.
If you want to eat, sure they do.
Do they?
They're still all over the South.
No, they still
Yeah,
exist.
it's
I just
huge.
I never went to one.
Yeah.
There are no Tim Hortons.
There aren't any up here.
Tim Hortons.
Yeah.
Tim Hortons is working its way down too.
Maple glazed donuts.
Yeah, I think they may even be
that
Philly
sounds
now,
really
someone was
good.
saying. And
Maple
I've seen them in
glazed
New York
donuts.
too.
Yeah,
There's a couple Tim
they're
Hortons in,
starting to make their ways down.
Yeah, and like in some of the.
God, now I want a maple glazed donut. That sounds really good.
Oh, it is.
I'll tell you
It
this:
is.
With
Dunkin'
coffee.
Donuts is obviously ripping off their marketing style because I took the Canada trip to go for the movie, and then so that's the first time I was ever in a Tim Hortons, and then going back, Dunkin' Donuts started revising its whole around the same time. I'm like, holy shit.
Their menu's
This is
the
like
same.
Tim Hortons.
Yeah.
Because it was so fresh in my mind. I was
Right.
like, wow, they're stealing from Tim Hortons.
And then you have people in LA that are dying for Dunkin' Donuts. They love Dunkin' Donuts.
I like Dunkin' Donuts. I don't have a problem with Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
They're okay.
I don't really.
There's people who go crazy for them. There's people who like, oh.
Yeah.
Or people who hate them. But I'm somewhere in the middle.
There's Dunkin' Donuts. There's Krispy Kreme. The
you don't get-
Entenmann's. What?
you don't- and Krispy Kreme, we were in Virginia when Krispy Kreme went crazy.
Yeah.
Like during the big.
Same. I actually had to go down there to help my friend's fiance at the time move. Yeah.
Well, we lived down there. And it was just like, it was nuts. It was like, what the
They
fuck?
have the light on. Like when the light's on, if they're warm and they're just out of the oven.
Yeah, but there was like a moment where I think it's because they also went public and there was all kinds of shit going on. So I was like, oh, Krispy Kremes
They're
are
delicious.
saving the planet. They're just another fucking donut, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but they're good.
And they stick to your food.
Okay, so mine was Boggy Creek too, just because.
That's your favorite.
That's my favorite.
Because you remember it. It's one you stayed conscious for.
Nice.
I do fall asleep.
Yeah,
but
she-
the girls did help with their short shorts, yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go. So
What
there's
the heck?
I'll tell you, there's more other than the short shorts. It is that would have been on my top 5 if you hadn't picked it. So
Would it really?
yeah, definitely.
Other
Because
than the
it's-
short shorts?
Yeah, the Wild Turkey episode. There's a lot of good laughs in that one. They're not coming to me right now.
Yeah, I don't remember them either, but they kept my interest.
It's because of all the bad acting, and then like at the end, there's this big fat guy who's like holding the Boggy Creek creature's kid hostage, and it all gets really weird. And and the
It's so campy.
just the preachiness of the director,
Yeah.
who's also the star. It just like
It's also the star.
the hubris is flying off that screen is amazing to me. So.
There were
The
multiple
misogyny, too.
There were multiple MST3K episodes, like movies that they did, where the director was also the star.
Those are the best
One of them's
ones.
on my list.
Okay, now I would like to add this to the list. Okay, so now I get my pick.
Scott?
Clonos.
Clonus.
The whatever.
The parts horror.
The parts horror. Now this interesting about this.
no,
film,
or is it, no, parts. The Clonus horror.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what-
I was like
it
flip
may
off
have
that
even
too.
been
Yeah.
parts 2 for all I know, because they all seem to be 2. But this movie was what's fascinating about it is someone ripped it off and tried to do it with
The Island.
Yes, with Ewan McGregor and
Scarlett Johansson.
Oh
my God.
They
Yep.
essentially ripped this movie off without crediting it originally.
They successfully sued.
And
Did they really?
Yes,
Yes.
and won.
Wow,
got
they won.
Got an injunction to which they had to get a cut.
Yep.
They got a piece of that movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not sure how well the Island did, but
Yeah, the Island did terrible. Okay, so the plot of this movie was it was a sci-fi movie from the 70s. I'm not sure if it was made for TV originally or not.
I
but
think it might have been,
It
actually.
had that feel.
Yeah.
It definitely had that, like, hey, when we're not shooting fucking the $6 Million Man, we're going to be shooting parts 2, the Clonos horror or whatever. So, but the plot was that people were cloned and they lived in this weird place, but they were cloned essentially so that they could give their host people organs. So that people
they were made for spare parts.
Yes, essentially. And
They were donors.
And it's a story of these people coming off the island or whatever, escaping the island and then being caught. But it's a good for the fact that it was ripped off alone.
Yeah,
by
you
this
got to
other
give
movie,
it props right
and
there.
it's worth seeing. So because it gives you some solid material to work with.
Oh yeah,
because it does matter if the movie like Manos is so bad.
Oh,
there are
yes.
moments where it's like, what are we watching?
Somebody's last known photo. I love that. Yeah, like
yeah. I mean, like they're just literally shooting driving.
Yes. wait! They just dissolved into the same scene.
Yes. And then that one couple that's perpetually making out. in the sports car for like.
Woo, way to go, Steve!
Yeah. Get a room.
But like that, you keep cutting back to them because that's all you got.
Yeah.
Other than the creepy dude.
Now, if you ever saw like the more extended version of like full version of Manos, I know again this can't be one of the top episodes, but if you saw the full version, that the couple in the car, before that, if you see to this side, they forgot to edit out the clapboard, so you see, and then
really,
yes,
I am Torgo. I have come to play with a little girl.
Uh-oh.
Where's Mr. Moore over here?
What?
Yeah,
don't bring him into this. He's a perv.
Judge Moore? Oh yeah.
Yuck.
More pussy. That's what I say.
Oh no.
More. No.
No more.
No more. Exactly. No more, please.
Has she had her period? Throw her back. She's not young enough.
You know what? No.
My name's Judge Moore, and I approve this message.
Yeah, I'm sure you do, you perv. Cut your cock off.
All right, we're drifting into politics, so let's drift away. The MST3K.
Yeah, let's go
start getting very
don't
serious.
Be gray and drift away here.
Yes. All right. Now, actually, I still have coffee. Yay.
Okay, so Parts is your first.
Yeah, so I'm putting Parts into the mix.
Okay, I'm going to now.
So actually, maybe I should be writing these down so we can give the full list when we're done.
Here, I'll write them. So
I wonder what my episode number was. I'll go look at. I know it's an 80 something.
Okay, so Parts, and we had Boggy Creek 2.
Did you hear the latest Edumacation, the one that just dropped?
No, not yet.
It's funny because someone criticizes them about, like, why don't you guys ever look anything up? Well,
yeah, it's so
you guys
true.
act like you don't have a computer right in front of you.
It's interesting that someone asked that.
Yeah. And they close with Bane.
What was their reason? Yeah, I did hear Bane.
Bane is funny.
Bane was very funny.
And apparently,
did
Kevin is having problems with the format of the show. That it has a format at all, apparently.
Oh, God.
Yeah, he's starting to gripe. That's why if you've listened to Education recently, they've done a lot of format breaks.
Right.
In the last couple months. I think that's why.
He's having a hard time
Did you hear
change.
And the Buys Have It? Or
No.
the Wise? Did you hear the second most recent episode?
Nah, again, I'm behind on a lot of episodes.
Do you know why I love that episode? Because it's like all the Wise Have It episode, which is so they ask all wise. The second why is
well, I heard on your
what I played on the
your
show?
latest episode.
Yeah.
Yes, that's why it comes from.
That moment was just like what? Like falling out of the chair, kind of thing. Like what happened? What? He knows my Twitter name.
Yeah, of course he does.
I know, but it's different.
He knows your real name.
I know, but when that happens, it just like
I love
when
the way
it's in your
Andy-
face, it's like wow.
I love the way Andy says it. It's so cute. That man on Fatman.
And he's busting my balls too. Something about me holding something.
Oh yeah, Scott will be holding.
Like I've been hearing that my whole life.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Oh, will you?
I have. I've
you're
been
such
hearing.
a baby.
No, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying. I've been hearing that joke my whole life,
I know.
along with Scott Tissue and
Scotty Potty.
Scotty Potty. Yeah, that's the first one. When
Yeah.
people, Scott Pot.
Yeah, that's so. Yeah, I'm sure that hurts.
Yeah, it really made me cry. Hey, I
Well,
rhyme
back
with toilet
then-
paper.
Back then, though, people, that does
Scott
hurt.
Tissue. Oh, I'm dying.
Okay, I have our list. I'll do the running list though.
Okay, cool.
For the MST3K. Wait, is it back on me now?
Yes, it's you.
Yeah, we're back. Okay. Now,
And actually, now Jeanne takes a pass because that's it for her.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had one. I'm out now.
My number 2 for this Turkey Day, it may be the more controversial because I've seen this like lower on the list, but it's also like a cult favorite of Misty's. And for Tracy and I, this is one of our favorites. The incredibly strange creatures who stopped living and became mixed up zombies.
Oh my God, yes.
Oh my God.
Only
that
for the
sounds like-
fucking title alone.
Yes.
Yes.
Because it's like 10 more. It's like the longest movie title I think it has ever graced the screen.
Correct.
Those incredibly strange creatures who stopped living and became mixed up zombies.
Yes.
And there's Torgo or whatever. No,
Ortega.
Ortega.
Yes, one of the other best.
Yes.
like
Weird
like
characters.
weird. Why are they there? Characters.
Now, what's the difference between a zombie and a mixed-up zombie?
You know, these were
that
these
is
weren't
a good
even
question.
the zombies in this movie weren't even like zombies that you would like flesh-eating zombies.
No,
at all.
they were just
They're more like the fucking
scarred.
I don't even know.
I don't know.
I believe it's supposed to have something to do with their origins, but you could have fooled me. I wouldn't.
I don't know. It's like like what's her name? Madame Estrella. Poured that bottle of poison on like their faces, and that's how they became mixed up zombies. And
Really?
then throw them in the little cave jail there. Yes, it was very strange. But
was that a season 7 one?
No, season 8, I believe.
Okay.
Season 8. This was the sci-fi era, and there are multiple reasons why I love this episode. One, it's the most musical episode, and it's just the most ridiculous music. Like because they just like it was a carnival stage show that they kept like filming these segments of and made a movie out of.
That's crazy.
And they just like the one where it's like they're dressed like I don't know candy canes or something like that. Like their outfits look like, and they're like la 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 la, and like all of a sudden like. I don't know if it was I think it was Servo. So it was like, "Come, they told." It's like they just they just start and like all is calm. It's like it was just like it was so ridiculous to begin with, and the musical riffs on the music.
Oh yeah, so
were
fun.
just so great. And then this is one where we were talking about where the director was also the star.
Oh yeah.
What the hell is his name? Like in the movie, he's credited as Cash Flag, but Ray Dennis Steckler is the director.
Wow.
He looks like he looks like a mixed up Nicolas Cage.
Wow.
He's not.
And
a natural
Nicolas Cage
pole dancer.
already looks mixed up.
Yeah, exactly. So make that even more screwy.
You can always have. You can't have enough Nicolas Cage.
Oh,
As a matter
yeah.
of fact, we went to Babylon 300, and they're going to pull a what do you call it? Exquisite acting.
Oh,
is a Cage moment.
Oh, okay. Spoilers.
So you can't get much better than that.
Nice.
I'm not telling him which one.
Okay.
Just telling him what to expect.
Nice.
You can't go wrong with Cage. You'll never be disappointed.
Well, again, like Flophouse, they have Cagemas in July.
That's so
it was
great.
so funny too because when we were in Hollywood, that was like one of the things. We got to see if we can find Nick Cage's fucking star.
And we did.
And it was just like boom, like
we just like walked
we didn't
upon.
even
I know.
mean to, and there it was.
We were just walking along Hollywood Boulevard, and there
it was. So like
it was crazy.
It's one of my favorite pictures that we took because I put on like I was able to somehow stop time and become
You,
Nick
like,
Cage.
summoned
I really
Nice.
did. I was like touching the star and summoning
And
your
your face just like took
It
over.
became Nick Cage.
And Cameron loves it because our son loves it. But when he saw that, he was like, "Oh my
I
God,
loved
Dad,
it.
you are
That's
the best."
awesome.
That's my favorite picture of the whole trip.
Oh my God, that face! That like what?
Well, it's not even. It's like it's
A
surprise, but not.
It's like horrified, surprised, and confused at the same time.
It's like a surprise that somehow bores through your soul. That's the best way to kind of put it. So, by the way, Boggy Creek 2, 10:06.
Ah,
So
nice,
10.
nice. That was a season 10er.
Was it really?
Yeah, so we're going way out there. And what was my pick? Mine was
Parts the Clonus Horror,
which is I think an 8.
I think it is an 8.
Yes, it is. It is 8/11.
Nice.
And now that I'm seeing the shows fly by, it's like, shit, why did I only pick fucking 5?
I know. There
like,
are so many.
There's
we can
now
give
that I
some
see them, it's like, yeah.
How about we give a couple of honorable mentions along the way?
Most definitely.
There we go.
And plus, I'm worried also that we're picking some. So for my next pick, I'm going to go to season 7, the very limited season. He already knows what it is. The Incredible Melting Man.
Hey, we have 2 incredible movies.
Was that on your list?
No,
but that was one of the ones that, for me, like, the honorable mention.
Yeah, because, oh my God. I mean, it literally is the story of a man who's melting. Like, his body parts are falling off. He's
that's
decomposing
horrible.
the whole movie. I don't even remember why anymore.
Like Michael Jackson?
Yeah, but, like, I mean, they were definitely going for gore.
Yeah.
And
Oh my
it was...
God.
I just remember it being... It's abhorrent to... it's terrible to behold, but the jokes are great. I can't remember anything... Plus,
yeah,
it's-
the
I
riffs.
can't
yeah.
remember.
and it's a weird season 7 episode, but the movie is enough reason to watch it.
Well, season 7 was a short season too.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was only 5 episodes.
Why is that?
Because that was
That was the end of their run on the Comedy Channel on Comedy Central.
it was sort of
Oh.
like they were going to cancel them at 6, but then the fans
Yeah.
said, "Don't cancel." So they gave them a season 7.
So they went from one, like,
But
so
it
it went
was
to
only-
7 on Comedy Central.
But it was only 6 episodes,
Oh,
and that was
sucks.
sort of done. But Sci-Fi picked them up.
And
Okay.
what was the
The movie too in between there.
Yes.
Now, was that then? Did they go to season 8 or did they continue season 7?
Season 8 continued on Sci-Fi.
Okay, so
When
they
they came back.
finished
Networks.
season 7 and then went to 8. Okay,
Yeah.
because it seemed very short. Like they could have even
6
extended
episodes.
it.
Well, yeah, that's all they ordered.
But what was the episode that started season 7? If you remember,
It-
it was the Turkey Day episode.
Yeah, it was a big Turkey Day episode. Let's see,
Ah.
701. Let's see, Night of the Blood Beast.
That's it. And that is where I believe we first meet Pearl Forrester.
Now there is a 701T, which features alternative Thanksgiving Day themed. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, so
Yes,
there's two versions. of that
there's
one.
2 versions of Night of the Blood.
That's right, because I remember having the T version.
Yes.
I also had some other I had some live shows. I had video of
nice,
live shows
nice.
back before they were doing them. Now they do them all the time. But
Yeah.
back then it was like, oh my god, they did this special live show. And I got a copy of it.
Yeah, it was all like in Minnesota.
Yeah, and I think it had to do with
That's
them-
where Best Brains was located.
It was them marketing for the movie, trying to get the movie made,
Right,
and
right.
all that, and a convention, and yeah. So
Yeah, and you know what? For just real quick, a little honorable mention. I'd like to actually honor the movie MST3K, the movie.
Yeah, it is funny.
It is funny.
It's shorter than most episodes.
It is.
Yeah, which is so
crazy.
weird.
Yeah, it's like, well, okay,
And they
for a
must have
regular
hacked-
episode, you also have commercials, but still, it was even shorter than if you took the commercials out of a regular episode. It was shorter than that.
And they did a good job with this Island Earth in terms of the jokes
Yes,
and everything.
this Island Earth
Yes.
can be yours if the price is right.
Cigaretten? I've also my house meeting.
Yes, and I love the death throes of what was the
I'm getting hit in the head. There goes my memory. I don't remember my dad.
Oh yeah, come here and give a hug to Uncle Strotor.
Yeah. He like hits him in the because their brains are exposed. He's like,
Yeah.
I don't remember anything. I just lost my dad.
But the guy at the end, the one who had like kidnapped them,
give me a
with the
moment.
flying saucer. That had
Klaatu?
no, the one that had the interocitor.
Yes, the
Yeah.
interocitor. Interocitor?
And it's like that last like he shifts to the side, like it's like
Yeah. So
Spock.
I guess what we're saying is if you can't get access to any of our main picks, you are free to add these to your menu of choices.
Definitely.
And this probably might be easier to get because it is the movie.
Correct.
So.
Correct.
I think HBO had it at one point too.
I think they did actually.
Yeah, I remember seeing it and being like, "Oh, MST3K movie. I should watch it."
Yeah, and it was so funny, like watching that, like with now MST3K the show. It was purposefully cheesy. The effects, the practical effects that they did.
And they try. Yeah, they were in a weird space though because it's like we have to make this look more real,
but at the same time make it look cheesy. So it's like where do you find that middle ground? It's like they did.
The truth of the matter, though, is did it really need a movie? Not really.
No, it didn't need a movie.
Because every week it was a movie. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It was. Yeah, you're telling the same story every week,
But it was hilarious how the movie had the updated effects, like when it was movie sign.
Here's
and
another
going
thing.
to the to the theater.
I'm pretty sure, if I recall, you know what this movie. You know another thing that this movie has in common.
What's that?
With Kevin? Mallrats. I
Mallrats?
believe they were both under the same distribution
Ooh.
wing of. Yeah, and you know what else was? Barbed wire.
Oh my God,
If
Pamela
you're-
Anderson.
But think about this,
I
though.
know, right?
Now, we know that movie sucked.
Yeah.
But Pamela Anderson was at the height of her popularity when that movie came out. How could you fuck that up? You know what I mean? And they did.
They found a way.
So what I'm saying is the company that sort of handled that shit was. I just pulled you 3 flops.
Wow.
Mallrats, MST3K because it was a flop. I know.
Yeah, I know. It's
limited release.
I know it was so crazy because Pete and I. It's like okay, where the hell is it playing? So we went to the Which it was the.
It's a universal. It's one of the
a
universal
Sony,
subsets.
Whatever.
You know?
In
it's universal.
In New York, we had to go into the city to see the movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I believe that.
It was like
because of limited release. So
Yep.
it was 7 major cities probably,
Mhm.
so they could get it as a real movie. It'll count for awards and stuff. That's why they do that.
Hey,
if you notice now,
did you ever watch any of the
Netflix,
award shows?
If you notice Netflix now, if you look, like pull up a Netflix movie.
Yeah.
I just noticed this today. It'll say Netflix and limited release. The limited release is so that it'll qualify for awards and stuff.
Oh, gotcha.
So they do quick, small,
Nice. Okay, they
in different cities. Even if they don't advertise them or whatever, they just have to be there so that they can say this movie played at these theaters and is therefore eligible for Academy Awards. Blah 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 blah.
Speaking of awards, though, did you ever watch any of the award shows of MST3K, the Academy of Robots Awards?
I've seen the clips after the fact because they came out on various stuff, but I don't remember. I don't remember saying about this. I was never an award show guy. If they were on the background, I was probably drunk.
It was just MST3K doing their own award show.
Vaguely, I remember those.
It was hilarious, like Starship Troopers.
Okay. I remember them appearing at a lot of award shows, doing appearances and stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's a different, but like their own like little special they did.
Yeah,
the Academy of Robots.
It's coming back to me now. It's coming back.
It's like I don't know.
The
We're being attacked by peel and eat shrimp. like. Or La Confidential.
Whose turn is it?
That's. Okay, but let's see. We had.
Whose turn is it? We're getting carried away.
We had Incredibly Strange Creatures, and we had The Incredible Melting Man. I brought up the honorable mention of the movie.
Okay.
Why don't you give an honorable mention? One that didn't make your top 5, but yet is you still
okay?
hold
I got
in
one. Hang
high
on.
regard.
Let me just double check the name. I know which episode it is. It's actually very close. There was like, I think it was season 5.
Okay. That's the scene that the season of the switchover.
Yes. There were some episodes around that switchover that were great. The beginning of the end is
yes.
Awesome.
That was a Mike episode, I believe.
7. Yeah. It's 517 here.
Yes.
And it's just so weird because, like, at the end of the movie, you find out that none of this ever happened.
Mm-hmm.
And just the whole movie in itself is bad, and the riffing is funny.
Yes.
So, and I can't remember I can't isolate moments of it, but I remember
yes,
always going, that was a good episode.
Okay.
And it's around that switchover, too, that there was like 4 or 5 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Atomic Brain's in there, Outlaw.
I think, I'm trying to, I know it was in that season. I think one of the first ones was Zombie Nightmare, wasn't it?
Wait, what were you asking me?
Zombie Nightmare, MST3K. I think that was around the switchover.
Yeah, there was Mitchell, the brain that wouldn't die.
Mitchell was the switchover.
Yeah. That's right.
Mitchell was the switchover.
It's all coming back to me now. Mitchell. Mitchell's a good episode.
Mom.
Mitchell. Is that on your list?
That's on my list of the honorable mentions.
Okay, yeah, because that's one almost that you feel like maybe this should be in the fucking retired Hall of Fame.
It is
because
exactly
it's a switchover episode where the two guys. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, it's the final Joel episode.
The baby oil. The baby oil. Oh my God!
Oh God, Joe Don Baker.
Oh my God! He did not. He did not take well to that either.
No, he did not. Yes, of people like reactions to being riffed and that. Yeah, he did not appreciate being riffed.
And I think that's in the book too.
I don't think so.
That's not even. But I remember reading the book and going, of all the things that in this movie was the baby oil sitting on the bed, like on the night table, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's like so gross because it's like, ew, he's having sex and rubbing baby oil on. Ew, Joe Don Baker covered in baby oil is not attractive.
Mitchell, honey, it's time to wake up. We're home.
Mom, Mitchell.
Yes. Mom, my God, what are we watching?
Was he? Now, here's what's weird. Was he?
Joe Don Baker?
Was he on Different Strokes?
Who was he on Different Strokes?
He might have been.
I remember
it could have been one of those very special episodes.
Yeah, I think it was.
Very special episode. Was he the old? Wait.
Well,
no,
country
Gordon
singer.
Jump is the one you're thinking of because that's the one everyone goes
to. No, it's not
to.
It's not the guy. It's not when he got raped.
He was the perv.
No, it wasn't the perv.
And he raped all his friends.
That was WKRP guy.
Yeah, the little redhead
Gordon
kid.
Jump.
Yes.
Gordon Jump. Yeah, Mr. Carlson.
That was Big Herb.
Ew, yeah.
Big Herb gave it to Little Herb.
Oh.
Or gave his Little Herb to fucking, what's his name's
No, he
friend?
didn't.
Oh, God. Yeah. What was his
Because,
name?
it wasn't.
Dudley.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Dudley.
It wasn't actually. Because it wasn't actually. What you talking about, Willis?
No.
It
It wasn't
the friend.
Arnold.
It was poor Dudley. I'll never forget
my
that poor
God,
kid's
Dudley.
face, too. In the episode.
He's so
He-
cute.
It was like, oh, no. It's like they're dragging him off with a hook.
The very special episode.
This is the end of your career, Dudley.
And you know,
You're always the kid who got raped by fucking Big Herb.
they don't have like very special episodes anymore like that.
They don't have
on
shows
TV.
anymore. If
No.
you have a TV
No,
show,
everything's a very special
Yeah,
episode.
you're happy to
Yeah.
have your show on TV.
Damn, that sucks. I want a very special
Not
episode.
just on Netflix.
I'm longing for a very special episode.
There you
Wah.
go. All right, so
So back to the regular list, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go, Mitchell. We've added another
To the
set
honorary
closer
and to the Hall
to
of
the
Fame.
wall.
I think for my next one, I am going to go. It's like, which way do I go? I think I have to go there. It's one that it has an actor that's been in a few MST3K episodes.
Okay. Oh.
And like, being that
This might be on my list. But
being that we just
is it a
passed,
female?
No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
male. Being that we just passed Halloween. Donald Pleasance.
Okay. Oh, Puma Man?
The Puma Man.
Oh, thank
yes.
God you picked it. I'm glad you picked
Yes.
the Puma Man.
Oh, wait.
The Puma
Yeah,
Man.
I remember that one.
Or
The Puma
as
Man.
Donald Pleasance keeps calling
The
him.
Puma Man.
Puma Man.
The Puma Man.
Puma Man.
Puma Man. I love that because, again, that
Puma
I'm not
Man.
sure if that was made for TV movie.
I
It
don't
had
think so.
that
I think it was just an
feel.
Italian made for.
Oh, was it Italian?
Yeah, it's one of those Italian
That
made
makes
ones.
sense.
Oh my God.
It's very 70s.
Very 70s.
Which reminds me, I need to look up the name of the one that I'm going to pull.
But Puma Man also with the Aztec Vidino. It's like Vidino. Why are you an onion? Yeah. Yes. I'm here selling belts from Aztechnologies.
Sorry, I'm looking up.
Scott is looking up some episode info.
I need the name of
the episode with the actress you're talking about?
No. The one of the ones I put on the list, or it may be a honorable mention. I'll see as we. But I just found it.
But Puma Man, yes, taking also a cue from The Greatest American Hero by the way he flew with a wedgie basically.
Yeah, what's happened to
Yes, it was.
me?
Here's the thing. In the beginning of that, you had this Aztec guy
throwing people
out
out
of
the
windows to see if they're superheroes.
It's
So
like-
if they
it's like,
don't
all right,
fly,
you're the Puma Man. Nope,
they
you're
die.
dead.
So he killed a bunch of people to
Yes.
find the Puma, and no one ever talks about it.
No.
It's totally forgotten as a
Exactly.
plot point.
Exactly. That's why I just love it. It's just so ridiculous.
Yeah, that was like, it's like, this dude's a murderer.
Yes.
Because, I mean, obviously, he found the Puma Man eventually, but
of course,
we got the impression it wasn't the first time because they said
No.
I remember him seeing people getting
Yes,
pushed out of
he
windows.
was looking at a newspaper.
Yeah. People getting pushed out of windows. So that means other people died to find the super. It's like, what are we watching? Glass or whatever the fuck that was? Unbreakable. I'm gonna put you in a train crash to find out if you're unbreakable.
But oh god,
Spoilers, by the way.
Oh yes. But yeah, it's like, and so like, okay, so the Puma Man has the power to like, okay, he can land on his feet when thrown out a window. He can fly like he's being wedgied.
He can fly, but he flies like the fucking, like it was a precursor to Look at What Happened.
That's what I'm saying. Greatest American Hero.
Yeah, because he couldn't really fly right.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like they almost stole that from that. Hey, Puma Man was there first, man.
Yes, and what, you know, I'll give the actor credit though. There's the scene where he's dead.
There's that empty-headed blonde too. That
oh
I just
God!
Yeah, it was like she was on coke the whole time.
But what do you call it? He's playing dead. You know, that's one of his powers too.
Yes.
To be dead, and a fly crawled into his mouth.
The movie's ridiculous.
So I'll give the guy
fun.
acting for that.
Still fun.
And then what you call it, with with Donald Pleasance with the mask to control.
Yes. and again, Puma Man.
Look at me. Look at me. Look at
the
me.
Puma Man. The Puma Man.
It's like, oh no, Goldfinger got Mike Tyson.
What other
MST
MST3K was he in?
Which
other one was he in, Pleasance?
Warrior of the Lost World.
Oh, wow.
The one with the guy on the motorcycle?
Vaguely, yeah.
And Mega Weapon.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yes, with
But
Joel,
here's what I'll say.
Joel and the bots cheering for Mega Weapon, as we all were.
That dipshot, that guy got fucking paid for those movies. You know?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's a working actor. Oh, my God. I'm in this piece of shit. I'm in...
I'm a serious actor. What are you giving me?
I'm in Puma Man. Well, at least I get a trip to Italy. Which is, I mean, once you get in show business, you start to realize why did that actor make that shit movie? Oh, he got a free trip to fucking Hawaii.
He got
for
paid
a month.
and he got the free trip.
Yeah. So there are other motivations.
But yes, but what were some of the other lines from that? It's like when he's hypnotizing, using the mask. It's like shimmy, shimmy, cocoa pop, shimmy, shimmy, pop. Because like the camera thing, it's doing this like wobbly effect. Oh God. What is your next pick, Scott?
I'm trying to. What's the number on that one?
Puma Man.
Yeah.
Now is that a season?
It might be a
8
9.
or 9. I think that might have been a 9 actually.
It is. It's 903.
Yes.
It's right under one of my favorites. Now I don't know where to go here because we're
so
3.
many to choose from.
We're 3, right?
We've got like over 190 some odd to choose
and now
from.
the last 3 really have to matter, and so like. It was. I mean, I know what number 1 is just because it's always been one of those episodes that means something to me, and I hope it's not on your prior list.
No.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. Because we kind of that one we threw out there earlier. It's such a hard pick now because again, it's for all the marbles. So I only really have 2 picks left. All right. It's a weird one, and I hope it's the right one. Because there's a couple from that season.
Is it a Mike or a Joel, or is it a Jonah?
Oh, it's a season 8, so it's definitely...
Okay, so it's a Mike.
It's just there's 2 with the...
Oh, I think I know which way you're going.
It's a secret agent one.
Does it start with the word danger?
I think it is. It's the danger one then, because it's one of the 2. It was either
that's the last.
There's
episode.
Agent for Harm.
Well, that's right. There's Agent for Harm.
But the guy made himself invisible with his watch, and it was all the 1970s.
Oh, God.
It's so 70s goofy.
Oh shit!
Tone. It always stuck with me. So but I guess it didn't stick with me well enough for me to pick it, so I'm not going to pick it. And then no, I won't pick that either because I have a feeling it's on your list.
No. Go for it.
Do you have a season 8 on there that starts with the letter J?
Possibly.
All right, I won't.
No. Go for it.
No.
Go for it because I've got others.
Stop fighting. Just do it.
No.
Do it.
No, because I can pick another one just as
do
easy.
it because it's going to be my next if you don't.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go a different way. I'm going to go another episode that I really like and know that you'll be able to get. I know that the fans will be able to get. And I like it because it's a moment where they could say, we have a title. I accuse my parents.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I remember that one too.
And it's great because it's like this really strange story about like parent neglect.
Yeah.
Like it's like in the height of the 20s or the 30s, like right around Prohibition time.
Mm-hmm.
This kid, and I say kid in parentheses because he's got to be 30 years old.
Yeah.
But he's trying to play a teenager somehow. He has this really bad problem with lying, so it could be Donald Trump. His mother's an alcoholic. His father's an alcoholic, and they're constantly having parties, and they seem like swingers, too, because it just seems like everybody's fucking everybody. And so, therefore, I accuse my parents. 507 will be my number 3 pick. Great episode. I've gone to it many times after the fact, because it's just such a exploitative movie.
Oh, very good.
And we have a title. We have a title. I accuse my parents. In a courtroom drama.
Oh my God.
So there you go. I feel good about that.
Okay, now one that starts with J. you want to pick it or do you?
No,
should
take
I pick
it. No, you got it. It's good.
Okay.
I think is it JF?
Yes, it is.
Okay, good. Okay, yeah.
Okay,
And I agree.
Yes, and yes, my next pick will be also many of mine come from the Mike era. Many I love the Joel era, but Mike just, especially when he hit sci-fi, really hit with all cylinders.
And I will say, if you look at seasons 8 and 9, I think
are some of the
some of the strongest episodes. Pound for pound, the joke output.
Yes,
is like massive. Like you see
flying
it jump.
left and right.
Yeah. There's much longer gaps in the older shows, and I not that I don't dislike either of them. It's sort of like that, pick your favorite captain,
Exactly.
But I will say that I find Mike funnier in general. I just jive with his sense of humor more, and so I get those shows better.
Gotcha.
I think. Joel, a little slower. To me, pacing one, and he even picked that kind of lazy, tired.
Yeah, well, his delivery is deliberate that way.
Well, he said because the first episodes he shot, he was so tired from building the set.
I wouldn't be surprised.
So that felt. He established the character.
Doing it all back then.
Yeah.
But, also the relationship between the bots and
it was
the
more
passenger.
Adversarial with Mike. Which made it more fun.
With Joel, it was Daddy.
Yeah.
With Mike, it's like
it's adversarial.
It's adversarial because
like friends.
It's friends or brothers.
Yeah.
It's like oh, okay.
Much more peers.
Exactly. Mike was more the peer of the bots.
Yeah.
I
agree.
It's like I'm stuck here with you.
And that made it for better. And another thing you got rid of, the invention exchange, which is it works now because what's his name's back.
There were certain ones that I loved.
Yeah,
like the cartooner and things like that.
It's all right. I mean, it's a nice way to open the show. So, and now it's back, so I won't shit on it.
Exactly. But
Jack Frost is a brilliant episode.
Yes, Jack Frost is my next episode.
Oh my god, I remember that one.
Yes.
It's so funny because I remember
Russo
these.
Finnish,
I don't remember the name.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's a Russian-Finnish movie.
Yes.
The color is actually great on it.
Oh, the color. Yeah, like some of the production value is like
it
wow.
looks pretty sharp. Yeah, it's got this like.
It's not so bad after all.
But oh god, yeah,
the story is
story.
Goofy. I mean, yeah, it is. It's Jack.
Yes, with Ivanushka and yes.
Is it kind of dark? Is it a dark?
No. It feels like fucking it feels like German propaganda films,
really?
But not, like, hey, let's tell you the story about, the forest and how wonderful life is there.
Yeah.
It's that kind of shit, It is Jack Frost,
like
the legend of Jack Frost. Yes.
That's
Hansel and Gretel would have been perfect in this movie.
Like Robin Hood?
They would they would fit right in.
Not Robin Hood.
Were they even in it?
About, Little Red
Riding
Hood.
No, but it had
Little Red
that
Riding
feel.
Hood?
Yeah, it went into other fairy tale feelings.
Oh, really? Like Little Red Riding Hood?
It had that kind of vibe.
And all that?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, a lot of those fairy tales come out of that.
Yeah, they're creepy. Hansel and Gretel and all
Russo,
that shit.
German.
This Russo Finnish, it had some of the best, just like what you're saying, like how many jokes just flying.
Yeah. Because
there
it was
so much. To
make fun of.
And you can't even keep track of it all.
It's like what's her name? The heroine of the movie.
I was gonna say, is that Mike's wife?
No. Like she basically the Cinderella of the movie.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen it.
Yeah.
You figure I'd know it better.
Gnostica. Okay, Gnostica.
Wow, Nick is amazing because if he
like
forgets
Gnostica.
something, he remembers
Swastika.
it in like 5 seconds.
Jesus Christ.
You remember shit really quick, dude.
I have a very strange memory.
It's amazing.
But it's like,
a steel trap.
she's like she has to finish knitting the socks before dawn.
Okay.
And it's like, and the sun starts coming up. It's like, please, rosy-fingered sun, please, I must finish these socks. It's like, hi, this is the sun. Your call is important to me.
Knitting for her life.
Just keep knitting.
The excitement of knitting. You thought driving was exciting.
Yes.
You ain't seen nothing, do you?
Yes, the knitting scene of Jack Frost. There is nothing like it.
I'm glad Jack Frost made your count.
Yes, and the evil stepsister there, where the evil stepmother is prepping her to meet with the prince, and it's like she's dolling her up, making her rosy cheeks and all that, and it's like do I look like a princess, Mama? It's like, no. It's like, no. It's like, no, you look like a queen. It's like, in the fact that you look like Freddie Mercury.
Yeah, pretty much.
It just has some of the best freaking lines. And then the witch.
That's so funny.
The witch in the forest there with the it's like feeding her pet pig like deviled ham. It's like
That's so weird.
I'm very happy now because I'm very confident of my last two picks.
Yes.
That's weird.
Because I'm like, wait a minute. I know there's one that has to be in this. That if I don't put this, I'll hate myself. So I've got my last two.
But oh yeah, it's just like some of the greatest. And Grandfather Mushroom.
Oh yeah, fucking A, man.
Grandfather Mushroom, like
I would love to meet Grandfather Mushroom.
I was gonna say, it sounds like they were on mushrooms.
Very much so.
Very much playing, the mushroom like tag or whatever. It's like, yeah, I ate mushrooms and this happened to me too. Yeah,
I wonder,
I know, right?
I wonder if that shows up on any of the Flophouse guys' lists of favorite episodes.
I don't know.
Because I see that one being high up there.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
that was just such a classic episode.
It also they ended up playing that episode a lot, if I recall.
They did.
Like whenever there was a rerun, you tend to see that one.
Mm-hmm.
So more chance to see it, more chance for it to be on people's consciousness.
Oh yes, and when he's fighting those thugs in the woods there, it's like, and that new superhero, Symbol Fist. It's like as he punching him, it's like boom, tsh, boom, tsh.
I'm ready for mine. I'm so excited about this one too because I'm so excited. All right, this would be number 2, I guess. So if we're counting down from 5 to 1,
okay.
Then this would be number 2, and I would say it's 902, Phantom Planet.
Oh.
Did you have it
Honey
on?
Bunches of Death.
Oh my God! But there's like right in the beginning.
You guys are amazing. How you
right
remember.
in the beginning, there's these two guys, the main guy and this other guy who's gonna die.
Oh yes.
Yeah. He gives this little soliloquy that is such nonsense. It's like, what does that even mean? He actually says like 5 statements that mean nothing when you actually dissect them. But it's like all that wind and fury signifying nothing.
For him to float away.
Yes, exactly. When I think of all the goodness and the righteousness I don't know what, but he says it and it's like, did that mean anything? Like, you have to wind it back. If you dissect that sentence, I don't think it meant anything.
I don't think so.
I think it was a preposition.
But yes, some of the best riffs in that is like, today the moon narrowly missed hitting a man's eye like a big pizza pie. Yeah. Scientists believe that's amore.
and somewhere in there, I believe they spliced in cave dwellers or something. Like, there's an overlap. Seriously, there's an overlap of sci-fi footage from another movie that was almost,
if it was,
that was lifted and inserted into it. It was like, wow, we must have run out of money here. We'll just use a scene from another science fiction movie. And also, the main bad guy kind of resembled the This Island Earth guy.
Yes.
It was like some weird dog-faced creature that's brain was exposed.
Exactly. They were like humpback dog creatures.
Yes. Who were the slaves of? Yes. And then there was that weird, like, don't fall in the hole. Like, we're wrestling over a hole.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
With a bar.
Yeah. It's like, I got a great idea. Pull to the left. Pull to the right. And you won't go in the hole. Because the hole is only as wide as your feet.
But one of the other riffs is like, okay, if you didn't shape your planet like a chicken nugget, the doggies wouldn't be after.
Very much so. It's like, hey, fucking hey, we're on a nugget. It literally looked like a chicken nugget. Like, what planet is not round? All right. So there you go.
God.
Phantom Planet would be is way up there on my favorite episodes. Definitely.
Awesome.
I'm not ashamed of that. That was a season 9er.
Yes, again, great pick. Great pick.
Do you remember, like, the other thing was he had to shrink down?
Yes.
That was the other thing. Like,
yes. Oh, and at the end of the episode, like what he was left with, his girlfriend there gave him like this rock.
Who was quite hot, if I recall.
Oh yeah,
she was like a fucking young Liz Taylor. It's like, what did you?
That's what she looked like.
How'd you get in this shitty fucking movie?
but at the end, basically, he's left with a pebble.
Yes. Yes. Mine. I have triumphed over the Nuggets people. So and then they were in a war with the dog people, I guess, right? But they really couldn't see them or something, or
well, every time
they were in a different world.
But every time the dog people like their ships would hit the Phantom Planet, it would shrink more.
Oh, okay. Is that what?
Basically, they were
Man,
going to
you're better
shrink
than-
out of existence.
You are better than me.
But well, why don't we recap our list so far?
Okay.
So far, we have Parts, the Clonus Horror,
Woohoo.
Boggy Creek 2. We have Gamera.
Jeanne tossed in her 2 cents.
I nodded.
Then we have
That would have been on my list too.
Then we had our round of incredible movies: The Incredible Melting Man and The Incredibly Strange Creatures Who Stopped Living and Became Mixed Up Zombies.
Yes, that's right.
Then we have a title:
The Melting Man. Well, Melting Man was
Incredible Melting Man.
Incredible
Yes.
Melting Man. That's right.
But the next one, we have a title: I Accuse My Parents.
That
See,
is-
now I want to see that again.
And
that's a classic.
And then The Puma Man.
Yeah, that's a classic. I'm glad you picked that one.
Yes.
I'm glad many of these made the list, even if I didn't pick them.
I feel like I've heard that Puma Man before.
Yes.
Like,
Oh, definitely.
A million
That's
times.
one of those-
Okay, D'Arnold.
I've popped that one on a few times.
That was the best thing. After a while, he kept calling him Puma Man. Then after a
Also,
while,
I mean,
they address it. It's like, okay.
It's a super, I definitely have an honorable mention that will not make my list.
Okay, well, no, this is the
finish
time.
it.
Okay.
We're recapping. Let's
Okay.
get some honorable mentions in there. Okay, Jack Frost.
Yeah,
the
I wanna see
finished
that,
Nightmare,
too.
and Phantom Planet.
Yes.
I think I want to see Jack Frost.
But what needs to be, I want to add as an honorable mention, Werewolf.
Warwolf.
Werewolf?
The movie where the woman can't even
Werewolf.
say... Werewolf is
It was
the
a
name.
90s movie.
Is that like
It was from the 90s, and they just couldn't say the freaking word.
And one of the biggest stars in it, who's not really in it. I mean, he's only in it a little bit. He's got a smaller part. Is the guy? What's his name's brother? Sean.
Oh,
no,
shit.
Sheen, the older Sheen, Martin Sheen.
Oh, Martin. Yeah.
Martin Sheen's brother.
Oh,
And the
yeah.
guy looks like Martin
He
Sheen
does.
too, but he uses his Estevez last name, like Emilio, unlike Charlie. And yeah, so he's in it, and then
And his name is Joe.
Rutger Hauer's in it too.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
But
Ooh.
before
The
before
Hitcher.
we mentioned Joe Estevez.
Here's the funny thing about
His
Rutger
name
Hauer.
is Joe Estevez.
He's in Batman. Like, he pops up in shit that matters.
that's
He was
right.
in Dark Knight.
That's right.
He was in Dark Knight. He was like, what did I see him in recently? I'm like, fuck, Rutger Hauer scores again. Fuck. It was another big franchise movie. Was it Star Wars? No, it wasn't Star Wars. It was another franchise, though. It'll come to me. I'll yell it out when I remember it. But yeah, it was like fucking Rutger Hauer still showing up. I think it was probably Batman.
And what's the
It was
name of this
remembering.
movie we're talking about?
Oh, Werewolf.
The
Werewolf. We're adding.
Werewolf.
That's an honorable mention. And if my son Cameron, if we included him in this, I'm sure that would have been on his top 10 because he loves that one. He thinks
And
it's
that movie
hilarious.
came out in 1988, Werewolf.
And that's another one that's like 2 movies.
Or 86, sorry.
Yes.
Wow.
That's another one that's like 2 movies because it's like you have this weird thing going on with the Estevez thing in the beginning, and then it like takes a turn, and it's the one guy in a house with the creepy caretaker guy with the beard. I'm the guy. I'm the strange pervert who lives in the house. So yeah, that's an interesting one.
But yeah.
Really?
So,
I'm an actress. You could tell like she was Russian or some shit because she had a fucking accent. And,
so let's see what other honorable mentions will we give here. Like a great old Joel one. I think it was. I'm trying to remember what season. Oh crap! Was that a 3? But Pod People.
Okay,
with Trumpy.
Yeah, that was a weird one.
It was a weird one, but it's just so bizarre. It's funny.
You know what that reminded me? There's a movie called now I can't think of the name of it.
And again, another musical number in there, like in the movie itself. It's like what?
There was a movie called either KRONOS or something like that. It was this weird British horror movie.
Okay.
That
Kronos.
I mean, or Expo or Extro.
Okay.
EXTRO. It was a weird British horror movie, and it reminded me very much of the Trumpy thing, in that it was just sort of not right. There's something just not right about it. It gave you the creeps, but you couldn't tell why. Yeah. Same thing with that.
But one of the best lines from that movie is like, Trumpy, you can do stupid things. And hence, our president. No.
Trumpy is this weird hairy alien. Kind of looked like Alf, but
yes,
not.
it looked like
a
twisted
twisted
Alf.
Yeah. So it's just that was a weird one. That was also one of the first videos. If I
Yes,
recall, along with-
and that's why I also put it on there because of that. That's one of the ones that I saw like video.
Was it the giant? What was it? The Giant Man? The incredible? What was it?
The Amazing Colossal Man.
Amazing Colossal Man. That's right. Because that's hard. That was hard to get at one point. It was like the first thing they released.
Yes,
and then they went out of print.
And Mike as the Amazing Colossal Man.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
It was great how, like in the Joel days, Mike would show up in host segments. As the like extra characters.
Yeah. I like that.
He was Torgo.
Well, it made it, yeah, he was. That's right. And he was Amazing Colossal Man. That's right. He was Torgo.
He was also Gamera too.
I didn't realize they did Gamera.
Was he was Gamera on the phone with Godzilla, trying to put together a project together.
If we go that way, he was one of the apes too.
Yes.
Because he was,
And then in later seasons, Kevin Murphy became one of the apes, Professor Bobo.
Yes, Kevin Murphy became, and then we had Brain Guy at that point.
Yes, Bill Corbett.
Yes, Bill Corbett. I like Bill Corbett.
Oh yeah, he's fun. I think he's actually originally a Jersey guy too.
That wouldn't surprise me at all. But I didn't mind him replacing.
Oh no, I actually liked his grow. I really liked his grow.
It wasn't that much.
He had more of a bite to him.
Yeah, well, yes, in terms of sarcasm, yeah.
Yes.
And I think that also had to do with that dynamic of Mike not being being a buddy and not being a daddy person.
Correct.
So, yeah, so it lended itself to that. Are we done yet? No, we still have our number one pick.
We still have number one. Any other honorable mentions or...
I think I'm pretty
Bill
satisfied.
Corbett was born in Brooklyn, New York.
Oh, Brooklyn. Okay.
No,
so he's from the area.
The New Jersey, New York area, metropolitan area.
Exactly.
I'm really looking to see if there's anything that I'm like quickly fast forwarding through, and I think I'll be satisfied. I'll probably think of something later.
What are just some memorable episodes to you? Again, it doesn't have to be your top episodes, but memorable episodes.
For some crazy reason, Hamlet is coming to mind.
Oh God, that was so horrible.
Yeah, and just because it was like, what are they doing?
And then you know what? It was the episode that it just baffled. I think Mike and the gang. It's like, what do we fill in here?
I also enjoyed Soul Taker, which is the last
Taker,
the last of that era's until
season
they
10,
rebooted the show. Yeah, so I like that a lot.
That was a great one. I liked actually Leech Woman.
Oh, actually, that wasn't Danger Diabolic. I guess was the last one.
It was, Danger Diabolic was the last one.
Yeah,
it's like whooping.
Oh, I know why
Brains.
I know why the one I just cited. What was it? Soul Taker stands out. It was the first one where Joel came back.
Yes,
for a little bit. Yeah,
actually, it was Joel and Frank, wasn't it?
Yeah. So that's why and it was the beginning of season 10, and it was just a good episode. And I like the fact that they busted on the. It was another one where the girl in it wrote it. So like they made jokes like, I'm laying on the bed. You could see my tight, taut stomach. Like very self-complimentary writing.
Yes.
Like the backstory and stuff. So yeah, I enjoyed that.
But let's see, what are some of the other great episodes?
It's also really weird when the main star's mom starts hitting on her because she's possessed by the before mentioned Sheen. Or no, Estevez is in this. Whatever, Charlie Sheen's brother.
Yeah, that's right. He was in a couple.
Yeah, he's one of the takers. He's one of the soul takers. And then they had that other guy who apparently had some strange syndrome that gave him that weird big face thing that he had. So that wasn't makeup.
Oh.
So you ready to reveal your last your number one pick?
I guess I just want to mention a few episodes that I had to think about. It's like Mole People, great episode. Yeah. Devilfish.
Mole People is the one where they stole that other show stole from.
Oh, Mole People. That's right.
Yeah, because they actually
they look like
the Mole People.
The Mole People look like the doggy aliens.
Mole People.
Yeah, with the load.
So Mole People. Yeah, I remember that.
That was a great one. As we were talking about earlier, Hobgoblins.
I remember there's a Western called Gunslinger. I remember being good
yes,
too,
yes.
with Beverly D'Angelo, who was like,
oh my God,
another one of those. Like she was a regular of the Misty crowd.
Yeah, the Undead. Do you remember that one? I loved Digger Smolgan, the guy that kept like making these little rhymes. Like it's like hickory dickory dock, the corpse went up the clock.
Yes.
It's like-
It was terrible.
It's like, I cannot remember, for I am mad.
Yes. Yes. Oh my God. Yes, I do remember that episode.
That was just such a funny episode. And at the beginning of the episode, they took
because it was like a bad like swords and sorcery kind of weird thing.
Because it was the time of witches. And
Yes.
And what it was, they hypnotized the one, like they brought in like this like
There was some
street
time
walker.
traveling in that, wasn't there? Or is that sacrifice or whatever?
No, but it was they had her travel to a past life.
Yes.
And the way they
and that's where the guy was like, "Oh, I am a dumb man."
Yes, but like how they hypnotize her, it's like, see my hands, it has no beginning, it has no end. And it's like, and Servo's like, oh yeah, and by the way, sleep
in heavenly bed.
It's like you were falling into a deep purple, deep cleansing, deep
purple,
deep discount.
I remember that episode. I do. Now that you brought that up, I'm like, yeah, that was good.
That was a really
I
good.
enjoyed that.
And that was a Roger Corman flick
It's got to
too.
be
Yeah,
hard
that makes
to pick
sense.
It's got to be hard though to kind of pick 5.
It
out
is.
of each.
And that's why it's like just
because
picking
it's
like a
like-
few
Because
of
if we
these.
picked 10, I mean, if we each picked
'Cause
10,
there's so
then we'd
many.
have like 20 fucking episodes.
Yeah.
You know, people would be
Exactly.
up their ass in this shit, and
Yeah.
we'd be going for hours.
But it's funny how you're like, oh yeah, I forgot
It's already
about that
4:30,
one.
for God's sake.
I know.
All right, come on, give us your last one.
Hurry up
Okay,
already.
so my top one.
I already know.
and-
Top one.
And,
So
and
cute.
th-
It was
th-
easy.
This is for both myself and Tracy too.
Okay.
We love this
Tracy.
episode. We've watched it over and over again. It is the craziest thing to come out of Canada. The Final Sacrifice.
Oh, wow. You do go weird.
Yes.
Yeah, that one I did.
with Rousdower.
That was another one of those really offy, weird, like I don't know what was going on in that one.
With Troy McClure, not Troy McClure. That was from The Simpsons. Troy, what the hell was his?
This had a lot of witchy overtones in it,
Yeah,
too,
it had
didn't
some
it?
like. Well, it was
Or
like
black
a cult.
magic. Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Cult with Canadian villain Garth Vader.
Yeah, yeah.
Garth Vader.
There were so many.
Wow, that's such a strange pick. I would never expected that to be on anyone's top
Yes,
10
it
list.
is. Just to me, it's one of the most bizarre, and it's just like so silly, and like and everyone with hockey hair. Yes, as it was a Canadian film, but Rousdower, it's like pondering there with his beer. It's like, I wonder if there's beer on the sun. Like all these things. And what was though? What was I going to say with the Final Sacrifice though too? With the grizzled prospector M. Pipper. It's like first Troy calling up, like trying to do his detective work, and it's like, yeah, is there a listing for an M. Pipper in, I don't know, Saskatchewan? I was like, nope, sorry. It's like, and he hangs up the phone. It's like, and the investigation comes to a quick close. But when they meet him, it's like McGregor, like the prospector guy. It's like, wait, you knew my dad? It's like, knew him. He was delicious. And it's just like they kept like also mocking that guy's voice, because literally what I'm doing is what the guy's voice sounded like naturally. It's like I was like, "Oh, I hates that rabbit."
He was making a choice.
Yeah.
And that was the choice he was making.
Yeah, it's like, and like what were some of the
He's
other
like
things?
Yosemite Sam or something.
That's what it sounded exactly
Yeah.
like. It's like if someone sounded naturally like Yosemite Sam, this was the character.
So this was, where's the episode
Season
number?
9, episode
The Final Sacrifice.
1, is it?
The little it says it's 10 910
910. Okay.
It says
I had my
a
1 and 0.
teen follows a map left for him by his long dead father.
Wow.
Runs afoul of an evil cult.
Yes.
Wow.
Then
Sartorius.
teams up with
Sartorius.
beer guzzling drifter who has a secret.
Ooh,
Yes.
that sounds really.
Yes, but just one of the stupidest names ever in films, Zap Rousdower.
There you
Yeah.
go.
That was his name.
That
So-
That's
flows
a
off
secret,
the
too.
tongue.
So Rousdower, is that a stupid name? Yeah.
Well, my pick is. It was easy. I knew like as soon as which it was going to be. But I will say that now that I look at the list, I could submit the one immediately before it for honorable mention.
Okay.
which the one before would be 821 Time Chasers.
Oh, yes.
And one of the reasons I love it was it is so obviously an independent film, very much made on a budget.
And a Commodore 64.
Yeah, and but what I love is I found out after the fact that the filmmakers were thrilled that it was featured on MST3K.
Oh my God, yes. I was just thinking that.
As a badge of honor.
Yeah,
How cool would that be if your movie's on?
If it wasn't for that, that's what actually eventually made them some money.
Yeah, but that I could see that too, because some people make a movie and had never seen.
And and it's not that it's really bad, but it's so obviously independent. You know, like you don't know any actors in it. Everyone's trying.
They should be proud of it.
But it just wasn't there another one that was intercut with Battlestar Galactica footage too?
Wouldn't be surprised.
There was a horrible movie in the 8th season that was I guess had managed to get the rights to Battlestar Galactica somehow.
Wow.
And used Cylons and the fucking battle scenes in their movie.
Wow.
I mean, if he gets the rights of it,
it's but still, it's
you might as well use it.
Hello, Captain Obvious. I know
that wasn't Space Mutiny, was it?
It might have been Space Mutiny,
but with Big McLarge Huge.
I guess they.
I think it was Space Mutiny.
The slab.
Yeah.
That's just hunk of a guy.
But probably one of my favorite episodes is 822, Overdrawn at the Memory Bank.
Nice.
With Raul Julia.
Yes.
And it was put together by the PBS station here in New York, as a matter of fact. And it was shot on video.
Yeah, which makes it a strange watch.
Yeah, it really is. It's old videotape. So, it's that
I remember seeing that episode and is this MST3K? And am I watching the right thing?
Yeah, because it feels very TV or oh my God, look,
Raul Julia's in it.
Well, look, the video, what the fuck do they call them? The AV Club just dropped off the TV for us to watch the movie. It has that kind of whole feel to it.
God.
It's very
but
bright.
it is Raul Julia.
Yeah.
And the other thing is the movie has this strange fetish for one of my favorite movies, which is fucking Casablanca. So they use a lot of Casablanca stuff in it, which is cool. And again, it's about the joke content. The jokes are just so good and spot on in that episode. The riffing is excellent. And the movie is somewhat watchable, except for that video format, which makes you go...
Correct. Yeah, if it wasn't for the video format, that would be...
It might not have been made... It might have been okay.
Yeah.
Well, then again, it wasn't made by WB. And I do like how the host segments are about fundraising. Because if you've ever tuned into a fundraising station or Channel 13 when they're doing fundraisers, they even did all the bad deliveries and I'm here for the station. You can get a tote bag and this really great box of stuff. Yeah.
And if you donate just $25, you can also
Overdrawn at the Memory Bank with Raul Julia.
The DVD version of this same episode.
And then the funny thing is also when they make up names for things that videos, but they call them cinemas. I've been watching cinemas, and it just when they try and use it like it's their vernacular, it doesn't. No, it just sounds cheesy.
It's not working.
It sounds like Wizard. In fucking in fucking the first Star Wars. Oh, that's a wizard, Annie. I'm taking it back.
Oh God.
So, all right. So the list is composed of how many right now? Because we should each pick.
Well, it's basically 11. This list goes up to 11.
Yes, 11 all across the board.
Thank you, Jeanne.
You're welcome.
So for those paying attention, why don't you run them down real quick?
Okay.
No commentary, just run them down.
We have Parts, The Clonus Horror, Boggy Creek 2, Gamera, The Incredibly Strange Creatures Who Stopped Living Became Mixed-Up Zombies, The Incredible Melting Man, The Puma Man, I Accuse My Parents, Jack Frost, Phantom Planet, Final Sacrifice, and Overdrawn at the Memory Bank.
That is an awesome fucking weekend.
Is.
That seriously, as I listen to it, it's like that's...
Yes.
If you're an MST3K fan, that is a good fucking binge.
That is a list. That is a list the list to live by.
Now, because there's a new show, which
yes.
And I liked the new season.
Same here.
I enjoyed it. It's fun. I like what they've done. It feels the format is more closer to the original series because they do the
inventions and change.
Yeah, and it does feel
and you have
more
the Mads with TV son of TV's Frank.
Yeah,
Patton Oswalt.
And it's very segmenty.
No, I love that it's Patton Oswalt.
Yeah, and what's her name? Your favorite, Jeanne?
Felicia Day.
Yeah, you know what? I'm hard on her, but she's all right. But I'm not. I don't want to say that. But who else could really do that?
Exactly.
She
That's
does a
what
brilliant
we were talking
job.
before.
There are not many women like geeks out there, and I don't even like to say geek because I don't really like that word.
I see. It's like I go two ways on this. Is Felicia Day stealing all female geekdom, and is she somehow sapping female geekdom from the universe so that she's become
channel it
she's
herself.
become the go-to.
The go-to.
So
right.
you can. So we need more geek girls, is what I'm saying here.
True.
It can't all just be her. Now that said, I like her because
Same here.
she accomplished shit. Like she did crowdsourcing before there was crowdsourcing
I
software. She did a fucking web series before everyone else was doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Which was brilliantly done.
Exactly. Very brilliant done. Great concept.
The name being?
They did it DIY until fucking Microsoft picked them up, and then boom.
Yeah.
And what's the name of that show?
The Guild.
The Guild. The Guild is very well done. I have to say,
what most people don't realize is when you binge a season, it feels like one episode.
Right. I
because
like The
each
Guild.
episode's only like 15 minutes long.
Because you grow to really like the characters, like
Exactly.
fucking, and the name of Work, is that his name?
And if you've ever played any online gaming, there are so many good jokes in there.
Who's the guy? The guy like the
Vork.
Vork. He's brilliant.
He is.
That guy's
He's very
brilliant.
funny.
The fucking mom is brilliant.
The larger woman.
The larger woman.
She
I
is
can't remember her name.
hilarious.
She's
I thought
brilliant with
I
the
always thought
breastfeeding. And
she was one of the funniest ones on that fucking
She
show.
locks the kids in a gate while she's like playing. It's like animals.
But actually,
But
what's
she's
her name?
brilliant.
Hang on a minute. What's her name? Fuck. The one who created it, who we were just talking about, the redhead.
Felicia Day.
Has said that she got letters from people from that scene who said they will never watch The Guild again, and that's in season 1.
Come on.
Yeah, but
because
I know
the
it's
kids
like,
in the,
hello.
remember when she got him in the animal thing?
Yeah, but don't you know how to
She had
take
him in
a
the
joke?
animal crate.
Yeah. But don't you know how to take a joke? People don't
I
get it.
cracked the windows.
Oh my god, her delivery.
Because she left the kids in the car.
Her
She's
delivery.
She's like, what? I cracked the windows.
I love that.
Yeah,
that is
brilliant.
so funny.
Claire
and also,
is her name, I
who is
think
the
I
who is
Why are we going off on?
Anyway, let's not go.
Let's wrap up MST.
So apparently,
today.
I like her enough to
right.
be promoting her show.
Then
The Guild.
so now there's only one season. I already know what my favorite one of that run is. My favorite episode is.
Mhm.
It's the weird sci-fi one with a half-naked girl running around half the time.
Star Crash.
Star Crash. Yeah.
Yes, that's. It was.
It's a good episode.
It was a toss-up for me. That one, I love that one, and it was hilarious that not long before the MST3K, came back in that, I was reading a thing about when Star Wars hit cinemas back in '77. And the
Sci-Fi
deluge
didn't know
of ripoffs that came afterward.
No. Well, technically,
And
Flash Gordon.
That was one of them. Well,
Flash
technically,
Gordon.
yeah. But technically, if you think of it, it's full circle because George Lucas was using Flash Gordon as a template for Star Wars.
Yeah.
But for me, it's between Star Crash with the what do you call it? The Southern robot that, oh God.
I'll say, listen, I can watch it all day because that woman's gorgeous.
Oh, yes.
Most of the time. So, it makes it easy to watch.
And plus, what does the movie have that most movies need? It needs the Hoff.
Indeed.
Yes, the Hoff makes his appearance.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Yes. But the one, I don't know, and it's early on,
And
too.
it's like so weird, too, because he's not the Hoff.
No.
At all.
No, he's not being...
He's not Hasselhoff at all.
No.
He's just like
Yeah,
weird 70s dude.
Yeah, he's not, as we know him.
Yeah.
Chewing up the scenery as, being, front and center.
Captain Hassafraz. Captain Hassafraz. Whatever the fuck. Sergeant Hassafraz or whatever the fuck. She messed up the name.
But for me, the other one that I loved, it was just so out there, was Cry Wilderness.
Yeah.
The
I
Bigfoot
agree.
movie.
That reminded me of Boggy Creek.
Yeah, it does remind you of Boggy Creek.
And it was this weird fucking thing where they're like walking along and here's an animal in the background. It's like, here's part of the... It's like you could tell, hey, these guys has access to a zoo.
Yeah.
Someone on this team is a
somebody that
zookeeper.
works.
Yeah, because, hey, we got wildlife we could show.
But,
that was...
Yes. Bigfoot loves his sodas and transistor radio.
I enjoyed that one too, but I will say, if my second runner-up would probably be Avalanche.
And that's
because
what
it
I
was
put
so
too.
70s.
And you know what's
like...
the crazy thing about Avalanche? At first, Avalanche was like my least favorite episode, but it's like one of those I had to think back on it.
You had to watch.
You had to think back because
it's got what's her name in it first off.
It's the beginning is very slow moving.
Very much.
The whole divorce thing between the two of
them. Yeah, it's like
it's
a soap opera.
God.
It's all
it's
soap opera shit.
But once the avalanche,
then the avalanche occurs.
It's just chaos. It's hysterical.
They're kind of saying,
and like,
see, none of that shit matters anymore now that there's an avalanche.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, like, fire engines and ambulances are crashing. It's like, what are they thinking about an avalanche? It's like, it's not even the avalanche there.
Well, it goes back to like Godzilla 1999. It's
oh,
like,
God.
Where the helicopter's like, what do we do? He's coming right at us. How about up, dude? You're in a helicopter. you don't have to just go forward.
Yeah,
you can go
movements.
up. Hey, you went right over him.
But yes, Avalanche would also be one of the top ones.
Yeah,
I would say. Again,
but if I was going to pick one, if I was going to tell you got to watch one, I would say watch the Star Crash.
And I'll say
there's TNA.
Yeah, but Star Crash is also actually. Those were the three I wrote down.
That's funny. Yeah,
Star Crash, Avalanche, and Cry Wilderness.
And those are the three that jump out of my mind, too. I like Cry Wilderness, too, because it reminds me so much of Boggy Creek.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the first one, and I was like, I wasn't sure. But the second one was that one. I'm like, yeah.
Now, the first one, like as I was saying earlier, has one of the best songs ever in...
but as it wasn't... I wouldn't have led with that. I would have led with 2.
I got you.
But
That's
just me.
Hit the ground running with...
Because the movie's so weird. You know what I mean?
Now, but Reptilicus is one of these. Now, I don't know if you have any of these also within your, like, just in watching MST3K.
No, I know Reptilicus
I thought it was
beforehand.
a freaking fever dream. I thought I dreamed that because I thought it's like, I remember when I was a little kid and went to the Van Zoon Zoo, and we used to be friends with, like, the one engineer and his family, and we went over their house, and I was playing, you know, like with his kid, and WOR was on, and there was this weird monster movie.
Hey, but
it was Reptilicus.
Which one did Elliot get to do as doctor? Elliot got to be a character to this
in Time Travelers.
That's right, because it was those weird like Austro. They were also like Prussian, you know, some Nordic something or other film.
But yes, Elliot also got to throw in his what, and it's the line he fought for, being from this area. It was like beautiful time traveler lodge. If anyone from this area would, yes, Mount Airy Lodge. The commercials made it sound like it was a place of magic.
It's a place where you go to fuck. Really? That's all Mount Airy Lodge was.
Mount Airy Lodge is in Pennsylvania.
The
Poconos. Oh, in New Jersey.
Yes. No, it's in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it's Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it's right over the.
It's close.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like
Blairstown.
But Elliot like threw in that one as an homage to his childhood.
Amen. And thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you, Elliot. Thank you for all the laughs.
For those about to rock, fire.
And a moment of silence for.
I didn't even think
Malcolm
of that.
Young.
Yes, Malcolm Young.
Yes.
Wasn't he? He was a co-founder of AC/DC.
Yep.
One of them.
He and his brother.
Yeah.
Angus.
He's the
brother.
quiet one.
Mm-hmm.
He was the one who didn't wear a uniform.
Yeah, he was the rhythm guitars, and if you listen to AC/DC songs,
there's a lot of rhythm.
Oh yeah, and the girls got rhythm too.
There's a lot of rhythm in there.
Yes, those driving rhythms were.
But
Malcolm.
didn't Angus get like a lot of the attention because he would dance?
Well, he does. Yeah, he's got
he
that
was dressed
move.
as a
He struts
schoolboy.
on his and he struts on the one leg.
And you know, it was like he did those great like blues like.
Really did.
But I'll say
solos.
this:
yeah.
He looks really sad now in that fucking outfit. It's
but
like
back in the day,
dude, you're 80 years old.
Cute.
You look ridiculous.
Yeah.
You look ridiculous.
Oh,
I know
let
it's your
him go.
shtick and
Let him
everything.
be.
But yeah. But getting back to MST3K though, I think we've given the listeners a good batch to.
We've given them an hour and a half, and I know I at least made one cut.
Yeah.
So we've definitely given them content. But I wanted to do this because I love this show. This was a show I loved. It definitely had an influence on me. I think there's a lot of fans out there who like it, and now this
definitely.
back.
Well, one of the highest Kickstarters ever.
Yeah, exactly. Boom.
It's true. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and boy, when I saw those numbers, I was like,
It's like,
These
oh my
episodes
God.
better be good because they're.
and thank God that it's like after a while it's like because they were only gonna.
But it was all union. It was all, like
Yeah.
they didn't, so.
But they were only gonna do like 12 episodes. And it's like, but they got so much. It's like, okay, we're gonna do 14 episodes.
But here's the thing. Okay, so they did that. We all paid for it. But then Netflix bought the show. So how does that work?
Yeah, I'm not sure. that part of things I'm not quite
It's
sure.
like because you already they're buying something that's already been paid for.
Right.
So do Joel pay all us back? I'm just curious.
Yeah. Although I have to look through the credits to see if I can see my name.
See, that's the difference between it's crowdsourcing. It's not investing.
Yeah.
You don't get any investments, but that's happening now. There are for video games when you some crowdsourcing now actually offer investment opportunities
nice.
also. So
that's a nice incentive.
Yeah, you won't necessarily get a game or any of that shit, but it's actually they're making it so that you are. If it makes a profit, you'll get a cut down the road.
Sweet.
Yeah, and so when they start doing that with movies, we'll all be better.
There we go.
Hey, Jeanne, how are you?
I'm good.
You with us? You want to
Yes.
close the show
No,
out with us?
I am.
Join us for the end of the show?
I am. I'm tweeting, taking pictures. And
are you? Okay.
How do you know? I haven't sent some little Twitter messages during the show.
I have to thank you both, though, again for having me here.
Dude.
Well,
So
you're
when are you going to
always
fucking have
welcome.
me on your show?
You're
Well, that's
always
what I
welcome.
said yes to both on that thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hadn't even thought about it. I'm like,
literally
going to be on their show at one point?
Yeah, but here's the thing. We haven't had really many guests. The only guests we've had,
know.
it's just like friends that I just grew up with.
I got
and
it.
it's just like, because it was like a last minute, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, hey.
I consider myself
hey,
a
Frank,
friend. You
hey,
can have me on as a friend.
Oh, yes, definitely.
We can
But-
talk shit. I got stuff to talk about.
Oh, yeah, yes. There's much we can talk about.
Yes. We can talk about MST3K for an hour and a half. I'm sure we can talk about
we
other
can talk
shit.
even longer on that. But yes, but yeah, we'll definitely have you on our show. Yeah, like we just have to do another episode again. It's just been really hard.
Isn't it funny too?
for
because
like
It is
beating
hard.
myself. Yeah.
you kickstarted our movie.
Yeah.
And you took the Kickstarter that got you guys into the studio or to be on the show, and you've been on like 8 times since then. So, and I've always said to
and
myself,
again, wasn't looking
as
to
soon
do
as you
that.
guys,
I just
as soon as you guys did that, I always meant to pay you back tenfold.
Thank you,
So.
thank you.
And it's a joy having Nick on because he's, first of all,
he's
he's
actually
a great
become
guy.
a friend.
And we really
You got a friend.
right.
exactly.
You're real good, and you're a good podcaster.
Yeah.
And
Thank
you're
you.
funny
Thank
as
you.
shit, dude.
Yeah, you do
When
have this.
we-
Like there are
Funny.
You're one.
No,
You're one of
just
those
kidding.
guys too, where
I
I
don't
don't.
know if you ever saw that.
You're one of those
Yes.
guys. I don't catch your shit sometimes till editing.
Yeah.
because there's a lot going on,
Oh my
and
God.
I can't dial.
I'll be honest, Scott. When we do our things, like there are things we don't catch until like we're listening to like later the episode.
Later, you'll
it's
hear
like
it.
oh my God, dude! Like what I didn't even catch you were saying.
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Yeah. And then when you
that
listen
happens to
to
me
it,
too.
you're hilarious laughing at yourselves.
When you're a host, you got a host, so
Exactly.
you're doing a bunch of stuff in addition to trying to listen and talk, and so. But yeah, then I'm editing. I'll be like, "Fuck, that was hilarious! How did I miss that?" And I'll track up, or I'll find little gems like, "Wow, that was fast." Yeah,
So quick. You have a quick wit.
You do have a very
and-
quick
Thank
wit.
you. Oh, and Pete is one of the quickest wits I know.
Yeah, Pete's good.
And
too.
you guys together, you're
But Pete hasn't been
unstoppable.
honest enough because he's always running into work problems and
No,
shit.
no. He
I know, I'm kidding. I'm busting his
Okay.
balls.
Well, he has his
I'm busting
band.
your balls there, Pete.
He has his band, Wind Up Monkey.
Yes, yeah, actually, for those for those about to rock on the
Was
22nd,
are
the
they
night
coming?
before Thanksgiving, they'll be at I believe Rhodes in Sloatsburg, New York.
Oh, okay, cool.
Sloatsburg. Where's
Yeah.
Sloatsburg?
I don't know,
It's
where
actually
is
a good place too.
Where
Rhodes.
is that?
Is that like a little
it's-
lake town?
It's right off. If you go up the Parkway, hit the Thruway, it's one of the first exits.
Oh, okay.
It's like
That's not too
right
bad.
there.
All right.
That's not far.
It's like you're near Ringwood and some of those things like on the Jersey side.
Ringworm? What?
Yes,
no,
yes,
Ringwood,
Ringworm, New Jersey.
not Ringworm.
That seems more
Just
appropriate
like
somehow.
right next door to Tapeworm,
Ring
which
is next
yeah,
to Dung Heap.
Just be careful. Just be careful. You don't want to
yes.
stay there too
Yes,
long.
you don't want to stay in Dung Heap, you will get tapeworm.
Yes, and don't hang out in Tapeworm too long.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then you'll get something else. Ringworm.
Because then you can.
When your
wind up-
tapeworm turns to ringworm, I'll be coming home to you. It's an old Southern anthem.
Listen.
I think that I heard that song
We
on,
better not talk-
Dr. Demento once.
Yeah. Yeah.
I stole from George Carlin.
Yeah. T-Bane's getting ideas now, so don't talk too long.
Oh, that's the other thing. We got to remember the T-Bane. So, Black Friday, we're dropping T-Bane.
Kicking it old school, yo.
T-Bane's new disc, and it'll be on Bandcamp, which I think is www.bandcamp.com/ThatMan on Fatman. There's nothing there now.
Right.
Don't go there.
I gotcha.
So, don't go there and be like...
Be sure to visit there now and
It'll-
sit and see the
it'll be
empty
Black-
page at the moment.
Black Friday.
It's kind of like our Instagram. We have nothing on it, but hey.
This is the first time that we've asked
Feel free to
you,
post
the
things.
listeners out there, to support us with something. It's not very expensive. It's like a $5 item. It's a bunch of songs, 2 of which you already know if you listen to the show. And then there'll be a few more, including a Christmas song. All by our fantasy character, T-Bane.
Would one of them be like, what was it, Titty Bitty?
Titty Bitty. Yeah, I believe. Well, there's stuff going on there. That's for
See, people are keeping track of T-Bane.
T-Bane.
Titty bitty.
Yes, the T-Bane group.
Not itty bitty titty committee.
Yeah.
That's another one.
T-Bane has become a joy in the house, but like, because there's all kinds of weird things. Like, I let it slide that there's like a secret
Let
that
it
somehow
slide.
that all the songs have to have 3 letters. Just I don't even know how it came out, but it
Nice.
just did. Because the first one is, so they all have to be like that. And so part of the joke is coming up with appropriate 3-letter songs for T-Bane to do.
Sweet.
Now we'll probably get
Because
suggestions.
Now the cat is out of the
Yes,
bag.
now we'll get suggestions.
I hope so, because people
I hope
should.
so too. But they probably won't be. They'll be a lot like fucking
Right, 'cause-
like Liam Neeson's cock jokes. I have a
Oh my
feeling.
God, I hope so. More of those.
Yes.
But again,
now,
thank
but
you.
because it is a family, it's
You're
a
welcome.
family. You are very welcome.
And
always.
we've loved it, so
And
it's been our pleasure.
We're a big fan of Tracy. She's the best too.
Big fan
Love
of
you,
your show,
And yes,
and big fan that you're another fan. So.
And we love.
And I'm a big fan of fans too.
Yes.
Yes.
And you're a fan of Kevin.
we have
I mean,
a
that's
ceiling
the
one
key.
in our
Thank
bedroom.
God for fans because, yeah.
And in the past, I've listened to the fan. You know, like when I want
About
to get my sports
WFAN?
news.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
Making a mad dog here. Mad dog. Making a mad dog.
How's it going there, Mikey?
I can't speak properly.
Oh my God, what is going on?
I don't know. We're losing our mind. This is how it always happens. Wait, but, I don't know. My sound file's open, or I'd start playing sound effects. We're gonna leave that alone. And since I don't have the MST3K song queued up, we're gonna act like it's playing in a second.
In the not too distant future.
But enjoy your holidays. Enjoy your Turkey Day. Everybody out there, please enjoy your Turkey Day.
Yes. Happy gobble gobble.
Watch your MST3K, if not these episodes of your choosing. Celebrate, enjoy.
There are many to choose from.
Thanksgiving is awesome because there really is no real religious background. It's a true American holiday with and it's just about dinner. You don't have to buy
Right.
anybody
It happens
anything.
to be my favorite holiday.
You just say thank you to the powers of the universe.
Yeah, and it's a day.
And you don't even have to do that.
A day full of gratitude.
Yes.
Why not just laugh and be with the ones you love?
Yeah.
Correct.
So, and on top of that, do
Kicking
MST3K.
Kicking it old school.
Hey, you can, if you want, if you're new, you can just binge the new season because it's easy to get on
True.
Netflix.
And on MST Netflix, you can watch some of the old ones as well.
Yeah.
And you can kick it old school.
Just like T-Bane.
Just
Which
like
we're going to
T-Bane.
do on Black Friday.
There
We're
we
going to
go.
go to bandcamp.com, Batman on
Wait,
Fatman.
don't you mean Bane Friday?
Yes, it'll be.
Then,
Well, it's the most racist of all holidays.
yo.
Black Friday. It's so funny because there was one episode I was like, and on the most racist of all holidays, and my daughter's like, Kwanzaa? But she's, what?
What?
Like, she said it like, she was questioning me, like, why would I say that it was a racist holiday? But it just,
Kwanzaa.
but when you hear it, it sounds weird. Like, does she think that Kwanzaa's a racist holiday?
When did she say that?
Wow. On the Halloween episode with Uncle Stephen.
I love her.
Because I'm like, it'll come out on the most racist of all holidays. She's like, Kwanzaa?
I love that she said that.
That was wrong.
And
She didn't mean it
No,
like
she was.
that.
Yeah, she was calling me out, but like it just.
She was.
It sounds weird. It doesn't sound. It
God,
sounds
Dad,
like.
you're so
It
racist.
kind of sounds like Maura thinks Kwanzaa's a racist holiday.
Well, but there
She's in agreement with me,
Yes.
which
Amen.
I didn't say, and I'm just saying. There's not a racial bone in my body.
Yeah, see, me myself, I celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa.
Yes. And what's the other one? What's Festivus for the rest of us?
Festivus for the rest of us.
Ceremonial grousing at the
yes,
the
airing
grousing
of
pole.
grievances.
At the grousing pole, or what was it? See, we're wow.
Yeah, see,
Seinfeld is losing its power over us.
But you know who would know this? Tracy. She was a huge Seinfeld fan.
Yeah,
so Tracy will be on the next show when we have Nick
no,
here.
she won't. Actually, the next show will be
No,
our
I mean
Friday.
the next time Nick comes,
Bane Friday.
maybe Tracy
Yes.
will come along.
Yes,
because she's awesome as well.
Awesome.
And happy Thanksgiving, Tracy.
And
all the pets over at the Franco house because I know they've got tons of cats.
And
Do you
if
have a
no
dog?
one else has told you
not right
today, hint, hint, hint.
What is it?
You are smart and you are good. And we will see you next time.
And happy Thanksgiving. To
Happy
all.
Thanksgiving.
Gobble,
And,
gobble.
Gobble,
and thank you,
gobble.
Sir Nick, for coming by. And
Sir Nick.
Thank you.
Sir Nick, yes, Sir Nick.
That sounds great.
On a
Sir
horse
Nick's
top.
a lot.
Sir Nick's a lot.
Sir Nick's a lot. There you go. He likes big butts and he cannot lie. And now, here's the MST3K song for you to go out on. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
In the not too distant future, next Sunday AD, there was a guy named Joe, not too different from you or me. He worked at the Sonic Institute, just another face in a red jumpsuit. He did a good job cleaning up the place, but his boss didn't like him, so they shot him into space. We sent the cheesy movies, the worst that we can find. We'll have to sit and watch them all, and we'll monitor his mind. Now keep in mind, Joe can't control when the movies begin or end, because he used those special parts to make his robot friends. Robot, roll call, Gambot, Gypsy, Tom Servo, Crow. If you're wondering how he eats and breathes, and other science facts, just repeat yourself, it's just a show. I should really just relax. For Mystery Science Theater 3000.
There he is. It's that man standing over Blood Alley Square, protecting us all. Go get him, that man.